Hello, is anyone now? I don't even know if this is working. Is this working? Ooh. Hello. Hello, is anyone now? Is this working? I don't even know if this is working. Is this working? Ooh. Hello. Hello, is anyone now? Is this working? I don't know if this is working. Hello. Is this working? Right, this is the first time I've done this. Hello. I've never done a live on YouTube before. So, I hope you're well. Yes, it looks like I'm up and running. So I've got 10 watching at the moment. Wow, okay. Hello, Joe. How are you doing? I hope you're well, mate. Alfie, how are you doing, mate? I hope you're well. Paul Richards. Hey, I hope you're all right. John Collins, I hope you're well, mate. So Joe, you're working at the moment, yeah? Okay. I've been looking forward to this, John. I don't know why, mate. There's nothing really to expect out of it, to be honest with you. This is completely unpre-planned. I've not planned anything. This is just me going off the wall, going off cuff. So, yeah, let's just see how it goes, eh? It's the first one I've done on YouTube. I've never done a YouTube live before. I did plan on actually doing a few for being on the bank doing it, but as I've not got out too much, which we'll talk a little bit about in a little while, I've not actually done a live as yet. So apart from on Facebook a few times as a bit of an experimental thing. Okay, Freddie, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. So what's everyone up to tonight? I mean, I can see that obviously Joe's working. Stick some comments down and I'll respond to you in the comments or try and keep up. I don't know how many people are going to actually stay within this chat, and I'll try and keep up as much as I possibly can. So, okay. What's everyone been up to in terms of fishing? Like I say, if you want to say something, put it into the chat and I'll respond to it. So, has anybody been out fishing lately? I know it's a close season for the predators. Well, not theoretically or officially. You know, people are still fishing on canals. I've been seeing for predators, for pike, and especially for zander. I've been seeing a lot of people post up a lot of zander photos on Facebook. Famous anglers and non-famous anglers. So let's go into the chat and have a little look. Mitch, how you doing? You alright, mate? Okay, Carpy Chris Dodsey, how you doing, mate? Yeah, I subscribed to you the other day. I'm working my way through your videos slowly. Boom, Freddie, what's the best cheap lure rod for perch? Right, okay. If you're going to ask me lure questions, I'm not going to be the best person to ask. I'll be completely honest with you on that. The most I actually do is actually lure fishing for perch, you know, when I do a bit of lure fishing. But the best cheap one, I know Fox makes some really cheap ones, but I don't know. I know there's loads of cheap ones. Jack, I don't know if you guys know Jack, who I fish with. He does a lot of lure fishing. He buys a lot of these cheap rods from China. He's always buying cheap rods from China. He uses, he goes to AliExpress and he buys like Rapala rods from China. So maybe it goes on to somewhere like AliExpress or Wish if you want a really cheap rod. It depends on how much you're willing to pay for a perch rod or so on and so forth. But yeah, Jack, like I say, he buys his stuff from China. I'll be honest with you, most of my rods, lure rods, I don't think I have one under 50 quid. So it depends on how much you're looking to pay. Mitch has put Ugly Stick, 25 quid. I think Ugly Stick Shakespeare, am I right by that? Tell me if I'm wrong. Matt, hi Barry, it's a £3 test curve, too heavy for normal carp fishing. I'm not a big carper. Test curves have certainly changed in the years that I've been fishing. When I started off carping, because I did a lot of carp fishing, I've cut my teeth on carp fishing years ago, and I haven't done it for quite a while, but I was using 2.5 to 2 3/4. 2.5 was pretty much the norm back then for most small to medium waters. But it depends on what you're looking for. If you want a long range rod, then obviously you need something probably over 3.5 pounds, between 3.5 pound. Depends on the distance you're fishing, but um, I think £3 fine. Both my 12-foot cart rods are £3 test curve. I've got the Nash entities, but I've just gone on to scopes, which are which are 3.25 pounds, which are 9 foots. And they sound really beefy, but they've actually got a nice bend to them. So, what's my PB perch? Alfie's asked me. My PB perch is not that big actually. I've lost quite some big perch before. I've lost a couple of 4-pounders and a 3-pounders. One at the net. One I didn't have a net, which was my own fault, and this was years ago. So I've lost quite a few good sized fish. But my PB is officially 213. If you go on the channel, it's Tricklebrook Fisheries under my videos. Tricklebrook Fishery video. Go and watch it. You see I have my my PB perch in that one. John Collins. It's always the best, mate. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Just reflecting on the season. I'll talk about a little bit about the last couple of seasons in a little while. Well, I might as well talk about it now. I've had a dismal, and I'm not ashamed to hold my hands up and say I've had a dismal, really bad, really bad couple of seasons for pike fishing for various different reasons. I'm not going to make excuses. The first one's my health. You guys that follow me on Facebook, maybe on YouTube, know, well documented, my health is absolutely horrendous. That's the first one. The second one is I don't have a car. So because my health's so bad, I can't travel around the country on my own, jumping off the trains and tubes and stuff like that like I once did. I have to rely on my friends to take me every now and again. So I've been looking for, obviously, waters I can fish close to me or within southeast London, Kent border, that kind of thing. And yeah, so my piking and my fishing in general is quite limited, but I've just joined a club lake, which I want to spend a lot more time on. It seems to have everything in there other than tench and crusions. If I had those in there, I'd be well happy. But yeah, my piking season's been absolutely dismal, really bad. And I had 11 blanks in a row. I did enter the Great British Pike Off competition with my friends, other fellow YouTubers like Don Fishing UK, Black Country Piker and Scouse Angler, and I came third. I'd love to have put a lot more heart and passion and soul into it, but I just 11 blanks since Christmas. You know, back in the day, if I'd have been out fishing, I would have done a lot more sessions. But I'm very limited. Work and health, I ain't gonna lie, and I didn't get out as much as I'd like to have got out. So, you know, 6 of one, half dozen, and the other reasons. And the season before I was in hospital. So my last 2 pike seasons have been really bad. Okay, so I do enjoy my fishing, but also, you know, I look forward to it when I do go, you know. So 7-year warranty, Mitch says. I'm assuming it's about that rod. The ugly stick, I'm assuming. Marcian, Xander. Only Xander fishing. Is that what you're doing? Sorry, I'm not sure where you went with that one. I'm assuming that's what you're doing at the moment, Marcian. Oh, okay, so Mitch was talking about the really cheap rods, which is an ugly stick. He says you can get them from Go Outdoors. I'll be honest with you, I've not been shopping for a long time, so I haven't been to a Go Outdoors for years. Matt asks, have I used any ESP rods at all? I'll be honest with you, I've never had ESP rods, and I've only ever used a few ESP products. I've used the Raptor hooks, I've used the old Ghost line, the Ghost fluorocarbon, and also the mainline, which was made years ago. I think that was called Ghost as well. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I've never. I was looking at the Terry Hearn rods, but they're so expensive. And I know people take the mick out of me about buying products, and I've got loads of rods. Cause I've got in the region of about 60 rods, and I am trying to scale everything down. I'm known to spend money on fishing tackle. I do love my fishing tackle, but even I have my limit of what I'm going to spend money on. I think more than 150 quid for a rod. it's got to be exceptional for me to go more than that. So an ESP rod, Terry Home rod I've never had or used. Carpy Chris, I have a set of entities. They are great rods. They're fantastic. I had entity 2 3/4 with the shrink wrap handle. My mate used them in France a few years ago, and when he used them, I was using Sonics at the time, Sonic 3s, the old versions, and I really loved his entity rods. I mean, I like Nash rods anyway, but his entity rods were beautiful. And I bought a set of them, but I sold them on to my boss. My boss has now got them, and I was very, very lucky to buy 3 brand new entity cork handles. 12 foot, 50mm butt. Not that that matters to me, the butt rings, I only fish short range. And 3-pound test curve, and I absolutely adore them. I really do adore them. They're probably one of the best cart rods I've used. And to beat the old Technium Bug Mark 1s that I used to have from Shimano, takes some doing, because they are probably my favourite cart rods of all time that I've owned. But these entities, I mean, I don't think you can buy entities anymore, and I was very, very lucky to buy them from Bants Angling in where's Bants Angling? It's in Kent. So I was very, very lucky to get them. They must have been left in the stock room, and they had all the cellophane on and everything. And they'd stopped making entities about 4 or 5 years ago, if I'm right by that. I think they reproduced the Pursuits and the NGXs and KENXs and stuff like that. But it's a shame, yeah, they stopped making the old entities, because I think they're a cracking rod. I really do. Like I say, I'm not a massive carp angler. I am trying to get back into it again. Okay, Alfie, what's the best dead bait? Hey, my kind of question. Yes. To answer that, I have favourites on different days. If you said to me, you know, I put all the dead baits all dead bait packets into a bucket, you know, and I've got to pick blindly, and I'll pick out any dead bait, I'll use it. It doesn't matter. If I think a pike's hungry, they will take it. Now, I do think pike become very wary picking a dead bait up if they're on a pressured water, if they've seen it 100 times before. But if a fish is hungry, it's hungry. You know, I've caught carp on dead baits before. You know, if they're hungry, they're going to take it. So in terms of pike picking up baits, and what's my favourite dead baits, I do have my favourites. I like blueies, I like smelt, I like lamprey. You know, I do have ones I favour more than others. But if you said to me, which is my least favourite, I'd probably say sprat, believe it or not. A lot of anglers, especially old school anglers, like sprat, especially when they're wobbling in the margins. But I've caught plenty of pike on sprat. So sprat's something that, you know, a dead bait to me is, you know, it doesn't really matter if I'm given a choice. I will take the choice, but if I'm not given a choice, it doesn't matter to me. But that's my favourites. Okay, sorry, the chat's going really quick now. Sorry guys, I'm going to try and keep up with this as best I can. Okay, spending a small fortune over the last few weeks on lures, getting ready for a predator competition next month in the Lake District. Okay, Mitch, you're well done for that one, mate. Yeah, you can spend an absolute fortune on lures, as you probably saw in one of my videos last year. To be honest with you, terminal tackle for all fishing other than pike and lures are the 2 things I need to spend more money on. As you guys know, I'm just getting back into lure fishing for pike. I did 11 sessions lure fishing and dead baiting, and I blanked. I had pike follow in on the hybrid Savage Gear pike. But yeah, unfortunately I didn't put any on the bank. Maybe it's me being a bit rusty, maybe I was doing something a bit wrong, but most of my fishing for lure fishing is all done perch fishing. So I've exhausted all my perch lures. I've got 1 or 2 left now, so I really do need to stock up myself. But good luck, Mitch. I hope you do well in the competition in the Lake District, mate. My boss goes and fishes the Lake District quite recently, so he loves it up there. I've never done a session up there before. John Collins, blanking comes to the best of us, Baz. Doesn't last forever, mate. Oh no, it is what it is. I'm not pressured anymore to worry about it. You know, if I blank, I blank. You know, I'm not too worried. I'll try not to put blanking videos out. Before I was putting, when I first started, I was just putting videos out regardless if I blanked or not. And there's this term going around called real fishing to show if it's, you know, to show that you don't catch all the time and so on and so forth. But I know that people's attention spans can be lost very, very quickly if you're just putting out blanking videos all the time. Although it's showing exactly what's happening in your sessions, I try not to put as many out I put the odd one or two blank. I put one out recently, actually, this year, called "You Can't Knock a Coconut Down Every Time" or something. So, you're going to have those sessions where you're going to blank. It's just one of those things. It just so happens to happen to me more often than not recently, if I'm being honest. But it is what it is. Stephen, good evening. You love my videos. That's appreciated. Thanks for that, Stephen. Haven't done too much. Maybe 2 sessions of live baiting for perch. So much fun. Live baiting for perch, as you guys probably know. Well, I'm not sure if you know, but I'm telling you. Live baiting for perch is one of my favourite methods. I absolutely love it. Obviously, live baiting has to be done respectively. You've got to, you've got to use your head when you're live baiting. Don't keep too many live baits. Change the water often in your bucket. Also use an aerator, that kind of thing, unless you're going to keep them in the net. You want to keep your live baits top condition. Also, you can let them go if you don't use them. But, live baiting for me is fantastic. It's one of my favourite methods. I absolutely love it. I like it for pike as well and zander. There are loads of zander on live baits. We'll talk about zander in a minute, actually. I really miss zander fishing. I don't get to fish from like I once did. There's not many places down south that I can actually get to other than the Thames to fish for them. Matt. Barry, how long could you go carp fishing for on a hard lake and blank before it does your heading? Some people go months without catching. Yeah, see, carp fishing for me, I like the social side of carp fishing. When I used to do it, for me, it was all about going with my friends. There might be 2 or 3 of us. We'd be on the bank. I cut my teeth down Hawkhurst. So any of you guys that know Kent at all, I used to fish a lake called Hawkhurst 20 years ago, and I cut my teeth down there. The first time I ever went carp fishing, I caught an 19-pound 8 on a pop-up squid and octopus club boilie, which is solar. And yeah, and that was a social thing. There was 3 or 4 of us fishing, and I just love that social aspect. If I do carping now, it's not going to be too many overnighters. I don't enjoy overnight fishing too much anymore anyway, especially being out of shape the way I am. Once I get back into shape, maybe my enthusiasm for it will come back again. But to sit on the lake and fish for days and days and days and blank is not my kind of thing. So I would never knock anybody else that does that. That's their thing. That's what they're into. But it's good to also see it as a camping trip at the same time. So yeah. Not too long. Hey, Alfred, he's asking the best lures for pike. Now, I don't know if you heard me say earlier on, I'm a little bit. I've used big lures before for pike years ago. I'm talking like around the 2000 mark, and I've had loads on sort of the Fox Micro Mini Jerks, which were around at the time. I've had a few on Zalt lures, a few on the Rapala Super Shad Wraps. That's back then. Now, I've gone a massive part. I've gone almost 15 years without lure fishing for pike till recently. So I don't think I'm really qualified to answer that question. I think that's one really for all the guys that I speak to, the other guys, people like AD Woodchucker and Don Fishing UK and Black Country Pike. They're the pike fishermen. I'm not really when it comes to lures, I'm not really in the know with that just yet. Hopefully one day I can get my skills back up to scratch and catch a few for the video for you. I think I've caught 1 pike on a lure, which was a birthday, my first year anniversary birthday video a couple of years ago. I caught a little 2-pound jack on a little storm perch or something over the ponds. This was, like I say, two or 3 years ago. So yeah, I'm not really qualified to talk about lure fishing for pike at the moment, to be honest with you, because I'd be giving you false information. Logan, good evening. Hope you're well. Dave Booth, hey up, mate. How you doing? Hope you're well. Who else have we got on here? So let's have a look. I'm a little bit behind, so you have to bear with me. Logan, I was getting my 50-pound lure rod out when trout fishing today. Tying a rope, snapped around my rod, bag fell in the water, and there was a little bit. Oh, it sounded like you had a bit of a nightmare today, Logan. I'm sorry about that, matey. Yeah, haven't we all had things like that happen to us on the bank? I remember I bought a Zander rod. I used to work in the fishing industry, for those of you who didn't know, and I worked in a tackle shop, and I went to a trade show with Keith. You know Keith, who I fish with, and we went to a Browning trade show. And Bob Nubb was there, and is it Dave Vincent? And they were all there. This is going back in the day, you know, and they're all talking about their pole fishing and that, and they was asking what type of anglers we are. Bearing in mind, I was 21 and Keith was 17, and we're going to trade shows to buy a tackle for our tackle shop. I mean, you couldn't put such big, how can I put it, responsibilities on such young shoulders back then. It's a little bit different now. Youngsters tend to grow up a little bit quicker in the fishing industry, I've noticed. Anyway, cut a long story short, I persuaded them to sell us these telescopic pike and Xander rods, car boxy Xander rods. They're telescopic. They were like beautiful carbon. They're like worth 250 quid. Because they wanted to get rid of the stock, we was banging them out in our shop for like 50 quid a piece. So I was like, yeah, I've got to get my hands on some of these. So I bought one. I was going to buy a second one, but I bought one and I went up to the Fens to do a Xander and pike trip with two of my old friends. So we were up there standing there fishing, and they said to me, I said, oh, yeah, I've got this Xander rod. I can't wait to cast it out. It's going to be a little bit light, and I'm going to use it for float fishing. Anyway, before I do that, I'm going to stick a lead on there and see how fast I can cast with it, see what it's like, just to put it through its paces. Anyway, so I've cast this lure out. Sorry, I cast this lead out. Ka-ching, went in about 5 or 6 different places, then it all down the rod. Now, I built this rod up like it was the best thing since sliced bread to my two friends, and they were standing there with their hands in their pocket, taking the mick out of me anyway. When they see me cast this thing and it go into like 5 or 6 pieces and just shatter on the cast, they just cracked up laughing. They literally wet themselves, bent over laughing. And to this day, they still don't let me get away with that. They still rip me for it. So having accidents and problems like that on a bank, mate, trust me, I've been there, Logan. Some of the stories I can tell you guys, man, you wouldn't even believe it. Kelly Crush, my friend Kelly, how you doing, Kel? I'm a little bit behind here, so you got me up on the big screen. Oh God, I don't think. Oh, you got Steak Puff coming through the window of you. What other species am I going to be targeting this year other than carp in the summer? Well, because I've got my little lake now, there's some really big eels in there, apparently. So there's some big eels in there for me to go at. So I'm going to fish for eels, hopefully. Especially when I've got the really warm, hot, muggy, nasty nights where you can't sleep. And I'm thinking, yeah, they're the nights I want to go up there. I'm going to fish for the eels. Thing is, they got 4 catfish in the lake as well, which I also want to target. And they're beautiful. They're really nice. But the biggest one's about between 37 and 40 pound. So I definitely want at least one of those this year. That'd be really nice. I don't know if they take conventional catfish tactics or they're carp munchers. I'd imagine they're carp munchers because it's predominantly a carp lake with carp anglers. In terms of other species, I'd love to fish a rudd. The rudd is the one specimen fish or a fish over £1.5, £2 that I've always wanted. But it's getting out and fishing for them. I can't get to the places to fish for them. Again, up on the Fens is the only place I know of. Well, I know of other places, but I don't have a car to travel to them places in Kent. So, yeah, I'd like to get out and do a bit of cruising fishing and tench fishing with Keith again. If that actually happens or not, I don't know. Me and Keith have got to talk about what we're going to be doing this year. Because I know he's going to be doing a lot more fishing on his club water as I will be on my club water. So you may not see too much of us during the summer months together. You'll see the odd video, but primarily we'll be waiting to do some really nice pike fishing. We've got some plans for pike fishing and predator fishing in the winter months. And I am going to twist his arm, Kelly, about trying to get him to go to Berry Hill and do a Xander session together, because that'd be really good for the 4 of us to meet up and do that. Okay, where are we? I'm well behind. An ingredients place and my rod went down. Okay, yeah, it's a bit of a shame, Logan. I'm sorry to hear that, fella. Carpy Chris Dodds. I'd love to catch a £3 perch. Me too. For those of you that don't know, people think that pike are my favourite species. They're not. Perch and pike, I find it very difficult to break the two. Perch was the first fish that captured my imagination for fishing. It's the first fish I actually ever caught on rod and line. It was the first fish I ever netted as well, like a nice size one. Years and years ago when I was a kid, and just watching John Wilson catch big ones on go fishing, and You just capture my imagination, perch, and I just adore them. They're just my bogey fish as well. The amount of big perch I've lost is incredible. But yes, perch and pike are my favourite species, with zander just behind. Just behind. And I'm probably a better zander angler when I'm actually fishing for them than I am a pike and perch angler. I've had a lot more success doing that. So yeah, I hope you do get a £3 perch, Carpy Chris Dodsey. Okay, try and catch up a little bit here. Alfie says he likes using spinners. Me too. I'm very much an old school angler when it comes to lure fishing. So spinners and spoons, I love using those for lure fishing. Logan, I have had a £3 perch on a drop shot rod. Okay, really nice. I bet that went like the clappers, didn't it? Getting a perch and on light tackle like that on a drop shot rod. Fantastic. Mick, hope you're good. I'm all good, Mick. I'm not doing too bad, mate. I'm back to work on Sunday. I've had a week off. Done a little bit of fishing a couple of days ago, which if you've been watching my YouTube on my Facebook page, I do these little weekly updates of what I've been up to. A lot of the time I haven't been fishing, which people take the mick out of me a little bit about. But yeah, I just like to talk about fishing. You know, for me, people like to go out and they like to catch fish, but it's not all about that for me. Fishing's a bigger thing. Thinking about it, reading about it, watching about it, making my floats, sorting my fishing tackle out. It's the whole picture. It's not just being on the bank and actually catching fish. And like someone said earlier on, you know, about blanking, I can sit and blank. If I have a really nice day where it's nice weather and the birds are singing and you've got kingfishers up and down, and you know, you might see horses in the field, you might even see deers or whatever, I don't know, just wildlife, and you're sitting there and you're breathing in that fresh air. For me, that's just enough a lot of the times. I think that's me being old, getting old. But I like going out and just spending time on the bank, if I'm being honest with you, when I actually eventually do get out. So yeah, it's not all about catching, you know, fishing for me. This is just me. John, first live is bang on, mate. As I know, I'm blessed with, and non-stop teasing. Thanks, John. That's appreciated, mate. Like I said, I've never done a live on my own before. I'm a bit of a talker. I can talk for England. It's not very often I'm lost for words. So I can sit here and probably chat to myself all night, really, if you guys wasn't here. But I appreciate you actually tuning in and give me your best, by the way. I normally got a cup of tea in hand, but I've had to have a drink of water because, like I say, I talk for England. So yeah, you're very lucky, John. Like I say, I used to have to travel for zander. I used to have to go up to the Fens years ago. I used to put a lot of time into the Fens. A lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of effort, and it's just something I can't do at the moment. But I'd really like to get up on the canals up there and do a little bit of lure fishing and a little bit of. It's funny you should say, actually. I've got some zander rods. My favourite rods. You've probably seen me purchasing with these. These are the Yassi Pleasures. These are the red versions. They're 9 foot and they're basically used for live and dead baiting for zander. But if you used to catch like a nice sized pike, say you used to get a double figure pike on it, it'd land it. If you used to get a £2 perch on it, you'd fill it. So these are perfect little predator rods for all rounders. 9 foot. I love using these, and I actually couple them with Shimano 2500 bait runner. Absolutely, these two rods go wicked together. So when I do my little missions, when I can finally get my arse out fishing, when I want to do my little missions, these are the two I'm going to be using. Well, I've got a pair, but these are what I'm going to be using. Hopefully, if I come up and do some of the canals in the Midlands, maybe, I don't know, next year, if I'm well enough to do so. But like I said, I've got Berry Hill and I've got the Thames. So I'm hoping. Oh, I've also got the docks as well that I fish with Jack. So I'm hoping I might run into a couple of zander over there, but they're very scarce and very hard to come by. Mick, loads of zander where I live in Warwickshire. Yeah, the Warwickshire Haven. I don't know. It's obviously Warwickshire Haven. I'm assuming. I don't know the north too well, so please excuse my ignorance about where places are. But yes, the Warwickshire Haven's got some really good zander fishing, I believe. I used to watch Matt and Mick at Wet Nets fishing that, if I remember rightly. Best £9 from the canal. some nice to be had. £9 a really nice zander. My biggest PB zander is just a tad under £11. But like I say, this is going back years ago when I was fishing for them. I'd have loads, between sort of £7 and £11. Boom. What's going on here? John Collins. I'm not sure what's going on now. Kelly. Sounds good. Look forward to seeing your pictures of your catfish and eels. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I can actually catch a few first. It'll be handy if we can actually catch a few. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. You hate eels? They are so creepy. No way. Eels are beautiful. They're really. See, this is the thing. It's a bit like Keith with pike. At first, he really sort of creeped out by pike, and it took him years to start fishing for them, and he loves them now. I think he got to. It's a bit like catfish. Eel. If you look at catfish, it's just a souped-up eel, really. I know it's really crazy to look at it that way, but for me, it's just a souped-up eel. Best way to deal with an eel is actually to turn it on its back and to give it a tickle down its tummy, to rub your fingers along its tummy. And it's a bit like with a great white shark. If you used to grab the nose of a great white shark, there's a thing inside a great white shark's. I think it's called something a longini or something. I'm sure someone I know. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's an organ, and what it does is the sensory perceptions. It makes them go a bit sort of zombified. And it's the same with eels. You turn it on its back and you tickle it up and down its tummy. Something that I was told years ago, and I tried it, and it actually worked. It worked on my PB, and I had one eel session years ago on an old club water down in Eastbourne, and I just smashed it. I had like 25, 26 eels, up to £4.5. Amazing session. Yeah, and I just tickled it on his belly, lifted it up, and it goes all limp, so it's really easy. Probably goes limp for about 30 seconds to a minute and a half, depending on the eel. And that's, it's really easy to actually hold when you do that. But other than that, they're a nightmare to try and grab hold of and unhook and so on and so forth. But there are certain rigs you can use that actually try to eradicate the eel swallowing the hook down, like I believe the twig rig, or the twig eel rig. That sort of is meant to stop that from happening. I hope you do twist Keith's arm about going zander fishing. I'm trying to get him back down to Berry Hill for a long time. What's going on here, Mick? If you get bored. I must have missed something here. John McCarper. The cats take boilies in the club lake you have joined. John. Do I know you, John? Do I know you, John? John McCarper. Do you know are you a member of the lake? Let me know if you're a member of the lake. Sean, how you doing, mate? Mick, Grand Union and Stafford upon Avon Canal, full of them. Good sport in the close season. Yeah, Grand Union. I heard there's a few in the Grand Union. There's loads of in North London and on the canal systems in North London. Just again, it's getting up there. I'm not very mobile at the moment, to be honest. But once I'm mobile, I'm gonna do and walk around a bit more and fish for them. Definitely. Kelly, I caught an eel on the river, and Ted told me to stroke its back. Stroke its back? Stroke its back? Stroke its tummy? Maybe. I mean, I don't know. It was so slimy and Rat's body around the rig, and it was a total mess. Yeah, eels. They can be an absolute nightmare. That's why a lot of eel anglers use strong tackle. They'll actually use cart rods or souped up specimen rods because they can swim backwards as well as forwards, obviously. But they can swim backwards. They can be a bit of a handful when you're playing them. They'll use 12-pound line. I'd have no problems using 12-pound line. Also, having thicker line stops tangling, and it's easy to untangle the eel once it tangles itself up. But yeah, you're better off probably using, like I say, sort of stepped up, sort of light pike gear for eels, to be told. I use 2.5-pound test curve or 2.25-pound test curve rods. Excuse me. I think I'm not sure about tickling its back, I think he probably means tickle its tummy. So if you run your fingers along its tummy. Mitch, ever used a cheap braid baz? Any good for or paying for extra? Do you know what? This is quite controversial. I've been asked this before actually on a live with the boys, the Great British Pike Off boys. Yes, I have used, and I still use Spectra line. No, the cheap braid from China. I have never ever had a problem with it. I do use expensive lines and branded lines like Fox and Savage Gear, but I've used the cheap line Spectra, and I tell you what, I've never had a problem. It's, you know, with the thinner stuff, yes. You know, I'm talking about £6 lines, not very good at all. The quality of branded line, like the Fox multi 8-strand line, is really nice, but the Spectra line, I've never had a problem with it. So yeah, I've used the Spectra line. So you know, each to their own. Everyone is different, but you know, until the day it does me wrong, I have no reason to change it. You know, if nothing's not broken, then don't fix it. So yeah, I don't have no problems with using cheap line. You normally get spider wire. I've never tried spider wire. That's the one braid I have thought about getting and give and go. I've heard a bit of like strange things. I've heard like mixed reaction from it. Now a lot of spider wires are coated, and I don't like. You know, if I'm lure fishing, I wouldn't like to use coated braid anyway. I like it silky smooth. Even for my dead bait and live fish, I think there are a few types of spider wire you can get that's not coated. Don't quote me on that. Like I said, I've never owned or used it before. I'm sure you know a little bit more about spider wire than I do. Bushcrapping, Abu Devil spinning rod is a great cheap rod. I'll always recommend getting a 5 to 15 gram instead of 0 to 7. Much more of a, yeah. I agree with bushcrapping on that. If you're going to buy a perch rod, certainly get a perch rod that's not ultra light. So 0 to 7 grams. It's a little bit too light. You get yourself a little jack on there, you might know about it. So, like he says, be a little bit versatile and step it up a little bit. Most of my perch rods, I've got about 3 or 4 perch rods for lure fishing, and they're usually between sort of 5 to 18 grams, give or take. That way you can chuck a little bit of a bigger lure out, that kind of thing, if you want to. But I have got a 0 to 7 gram rod. And I use that for like 00 mep spinners. If I bring them along the shallows, when there's little perch like that, little wasps, as people call them. So yeah. Bit of fun fishing, really. Depends what you want out of it. But yeah, just get yourself an all-rounds perch rod. Like I say, 5 to 15 grams, you won't go far wrong. But if you want one lure rod, one spinning rod to do it all, probably get something like a 10 to 30 gram, and then you can cover most bases then. Pike, zander and perch. Obviously you can't chuck out massive lures, but... John. Oh, right, John, so you're a member of the lake. Fantastic. Hopefully we'll get to see each other. Like I say, I joined during the winter months, but I didn't get to go up there, fella. I really haven't gone up there. I went up there, I think, once during the winter months, which... for 2 reasons. One is I had a competition on, so I didn't know what the pike life was like up there. I heard that they got 14.5 pound pike up there, but obviously you know the ponds that goes beyond our club water. So I was fishing up there because I was trying to get myself into the competition. Now I ended up having an 11 pound fish this season. I've had bigger in previous seasons, but I wanted to get a bigger fish, so I was being pulled away to the ponds to try and catch a bigger fish. But the competition's over with. I was crap. I lost. I come 3rd. So now I can solely think about fishing the club lake. So hopefully you can introduce yourself to me and you see me down there. I've got a week ticket. So mine's Monday to midday Friday. So if you're a member down there, come say hello to me, John, and we'll have a little chat, mate. Spectra braid is amazing for the money, especially up to £20 if you're a heavy. I'll go with an 8-strand. Yeah. That Spectra braid, I don't know if you know bushcrapping, but the Spectra braid actually comes in 4 and 8-strand. So if you look around and you really look into it, I thought it was just 4-strand, but they do 4 and 8-strand in it as well. So have a good look, mate. Mitch, it's only for my light rod, so around £10. Yeah, I mean, it depends on how much you want to spend on braid, you know. Braid is a lot more cheaper than it was years ago when I first started using it. The first braid I ever used back in 2003, I think it was Shimano Antares braid, and it was like a flat braid. Its profile was horrible, but I had my best season ever for lure fishing for perch and pike fishing. I had it on my dead bait rods and live bait rods, and I had my best season ever. So I don't know. Make of that what you will. John, that was me and Mick having banter. I made your thing about joining us mad anglers. Oh, okay, John. No worries, mate. I didn't know, fella. I don't know. Some of these people, I don't know who knows who. So just have to bear with me on that, matey. Kelly, upside down heels are quite chilled. Good technique. Don't take your eyes off them. Yeah, that's a really good advice, John. Don't take your eyes off heels because they're wriggly little sons, so and so, shall we say. But I love eel fishing and I really miss it. A bit like Xander fishing. I don't get to fish them anymore and I really love it. I get very impassionate and enthusiastic about eel fishing. I love them. I don't think they get enough love like nowadays. You get your specialist groups. You've got the Anguilla National Group. But I think they only take something like 1,700 anglers on in that group. There's no like, it's not like the Pike Anglers Club of Great Britain or any of those, or the Tench Fishers or the Perch Fishers. They have a limit of who can join the club. And I don't know, I've heard a few rumours that some people have been bullied in there, but I don't know. It's just rumours. I could be wrong. But I was thinking of joining it because I love my eel fishing so much. So we'll see. We'll see. They do create havoc in seconds. Okay, where are we? I use £10 Spectra Braid for most of my light lure fishing. It's good. Yeah, bush crapping. Yeah, really good line for the price, mate. Really good line for the price. John Collins, Danny Button, you're a bellend. Danny Button, can I get a shout out for that name? Yes, very funny. Ha ha ha. Any more of your stupidness, and off you go. So one more bit of stupidness, you're gone. Because I'm not putting up with no rubbish, mate. We'll all have a laugh. We're all here for a bit of a laugh and a joke and stuff. But I've had my gut full of people taking the mickey. So, you know, it's funny. Yeah, film me cracking. But we'll see. We'll see where we go with that. But anyone else got any questions or want to talk about anything to do with their fishing, or got, you know, some people in the room might know answers to some of the questions you may need to, you know, if there's any questions you have on, not, it doesn't have to be predator fishing, it could be anything. Mitch, I haven't seen that Fly versus Jerk series on YouTube, mate. I haven't seen that at all. Who does that? Fly versus Jerk. Is that anything to do with Kangal? What's it called? Gratis, Canal Gratis, or whatever it's called. No, I've not seen that, mate. I'll be honest with you. Okay, it's gone a little bit quiet now. Still 19 people in the room. Come on, has anyone got anything to say? I've caught up now. Yeah, the Swedish channel. Well worth a watch. I have seen the channel. My favourite video on there actually was my favourite video was of recent months. It was my all-time favourite fish to catch. Right, most people are going to say marlin or whatever, but the one fish that I dream about catching as an angler and as somebody who loves pike is the Amar pike, which is the eastern pike, the northeastern pike. So obviously you got northern pike, southern pike, which I think southern pike are starting to they're under threat. So you've got northern pike, southern pike, and you've got Amar pike. And Amar pike are silver with black spots. They live on a particular river, the River Amur, that runs through Mongolia and up through Russia. They're absolutely gorgeous, and they did a video on now. I can't remember what it's called. You'll have to go on there and have a look. It's fantastic, and it really there's very little known about this particular species of pike, and even I learned a lot from the video. They were lure fishing for them. These particular, I think it was Strike. Is it Strike Pro? I think the company Strike Pro, which is a lure company. I'm not sure if they're a Scandinavian lure company. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure they're not from UK. I know that. And yeah, and they was catching them. They were talking about how their teeth are different from normal pike. They've got like curved teeth or something at the back, so they're not quite as sharp or something. I don't know. It's really weird. Very interesting to watch. So I do recommend anybody that's really into their fish, not just fishing, but really into their fish and learning about their fish, go and check that video out. It's amazing. John, good call, matey. Any advice on making more tackle, i.e. floats, etc.? Any advance, sorry, on making more tackle? No. I've done a little bit this week, not too much. I have got a competition coming up, actually. Might as well talk about it now while we're in the live. I did a 1,000 subscriber giveaway on YouTube. I don't know if you guys remember. I did some lures and I did hats and I did one little big lump thing for YouTube channel. But I've neglected Facebook page. Now the fact on my Facebook page I've got just as many followers on there as I have on YouTube. Granted, most of them are probably friends and family that are just helping me out, but I've got a really nice following on there. My Facebook page of my fishing Facebook page, really great bunch of people. I know that John's one of the followers on there. He comments a lot on my videos, on my comments and statuses. So I thought, you know what, I really need to do a competition for Facebook. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it and how I'm going to run it. So I'm going to do one now. It's only a small one. Not right now. I'm going to do one within the next week or so. And I'm going to put it up on Facebook. So I'm not sure how I'm going to go about it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a randomizer or I'm going to do maybe a question and answer. I don't know. But I'm going to think about it. And then maybe on my next couple of days off, then actually go ahead with doing the competition. It's not much. It's just a little something. They're going to be my pike. I've got some pike floats made. These ones I've got to finish off lacquering. So I've got a set of turquoise, as you can see, a set of turquoise. I've got a set of olives. And I've got a set of green, lime green. Well, similar to lime green. Don't know if you call that lime green. So I've got 3 sets. And I'm going to do a giveaway with 3 sets. Now, I've got to finish them off. Like I say, they just need lacquering at the top. The bottom's lacquered, but the top's not. So I've got 3 sets, and in each of the set, I'm going to do a giveaway with the perch bobs as well. So to go with the pike floats, I'm going to do a perch bob in each as well. These are traditional perch bobs, made by My Fair Hands. They're made by Cork, so they're traditional. And these are solid. They're rock solid because the type of lacquer I use for these. Lacquer is very expensive. The lacquer I use, you can get cheap lacquers and stuff like that, but the lacquer I use is pretty much what they use for lure fishing. So you can imagine if a pike did attack these, same with the floats, they can take a lot of bashing. So I'm going to do a competition at some point, like I say, on Facebook. So if you're not subscribed to me or following or like or whatever you want to call it on my Facebook page, just these people that are on my YouTube channel, go over to my Facebook page. You will find a link in the description after this live. I will put it up on the live, so you can go on there and you can have a chance to win a set of one of these free floats. So, like I say, you got the blue set, the olive set, and the green set, and you'll get one of these each with the floats as well. So yeah, I'm really enjoying the float making. I've just started making some floats for myself, believe it or not. I haven't actually got any, apart from a few Norwich ones that I made a while ago, which are show floats. I actually haven't got any for myself. I made a few for friends. I made a few from Keith as well. Where's my friends? That sounded really bad, that, didn't it? So I made a few for my friends, but I've not actually made any working ones that I can use for myself. So I'm going to make a couple of pike floats. I've got some more prototypes I want to do. I want to do the 2nd generation of the perch bob, with the perch markings. So I've got a new airbrush. I need to buy some more paints and some more solutions to put into the airbrush. I'm going to do the Mark 1 of the pike floats with the pike markings on. So I'm going to do those over the summer months. I want to make some tench, Crucian, Avon floats. I want to do a section of coarse floats, and just these are all prototypes. And again, if I feel that I can do it, then I may possibly start to sell, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. because I haven't even got floats in myself yet. So yeah, I'm gonna make some floats, and to go with making floats, I'm actually gonna show you how to make them, obviously on my YouTube channel. So I know it's very long-winded. I've done a part 1 and a part 2 perch video on how to make a perch bob. You ain't got to do exactly how I've done it. You can go out and you can do it in your own style and your own way, really. So you can do it in your own sort of way, and just gives you sort of basic guidelines. But I'm going to do how to make a pike float, dead bait pencil, gazette bung. I'm going to show you how to make a pair of drop arm indicators. I'm going to show you how to make all sorts of stuff. There's loads in the pipeline for that, so just keep your eyes peeled, and I'll be doing most of that through the summer months when it's too hot to get out and fish. Right, let me catch back up into this chat, because I've missed loads. Wigan Pier, oi oi, people, how's it going? Right, Wigan, I know you, don't I? You're just going to have to remind me exactly who you are. I believe, because I recognise that photo, I believe you're someone who I think you are. Tell me if you are. Tell me your real name. I'm pretty sure you're who I think you are. Mitch, do perch wars and only stuff? Do perch wars and only stuff? I don't know what that means. Hey, you alright, Morsheen? How you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Where in Wigan are you from, Pierre? Joe, what part of London are you from, Barry? I'm from South East London. Lewisham born and bred, so I'm South East London, mate. Mitch. Close-ish. Okay, these people are discussing where they're from. DJ. Evening, everyone. Evening, DJ. Hope you're well. I didn't win, so waiting for the next giveaway. No worries, John. Well, like I say, there's going to be one on Facebook. So anybody that's not following me on Facebook doesn't have a chance to win it, because it won't be on YouTube. Maybe I'll do one for 2,000 subscribers on YouTube eventually. When I finally claw myself there in a couple of years' time, then I may do another one. But yeah, the next one's going to definitely be for Facebook. It's really good because I can actually give away something that's I put my heart and soul and passion into, and I know people are quite interested to have. So it's really nice that I can do a little giveaway which is a bit more personal, as opposed to just sort of buying a few bits and pieces and then just giving those away. So yeah, I'm going to get some patches. The London Predator Angler, I'm going to get some patches made, and I'm going to get some pin badges made as well. You know, like the little silver pin badges. Right. Do forgive me, I'm a Norwich fan, but you can see these type of little pin badges you get. So you get little pin badges. I'm going to get them made up in the London Predator Angler style, so they can be sort of used as giveaways along with floats in future competitions. I'm also going to get some more clothing made up, but I might wait until I've had the operation, which is sometime in the next year. I don't fancy getting a load of clothes made up, not for merchandise to be sold. I'm nowhere near big enough YouTube person to do that. I'm no influencer. Just for me to wear, and maybe a couple of the guys that I film with, like Keith. But that won't be for a while. I might just get a couple of t-shirts made up, then next year get a couple of hoodies and stuff like that as well. But in terms of the patches and badges, then yeah, I'll probably get those made up, definitely within the next couple of months. Right, where are we? Wigan, DJ, Wigan, works of art buried in floats. Thanks for that, Wigan. That's really appreciated, mate. There's a lot better float makers than I am. I like being creative. I'm a very hobby-minded person. I do a lot of art. I used to design tattoos and draw tattoos. I've never done tattoos, but I like designing tattoos and drawing and art. I love all that kind of thing. And I like making things, and I'm always into that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So, it was inevitable that I wanted to get into making floats. I just think it is it's kind of a little bit of an art form, isn't it, really? Where are we? I'm well behind. Wigan, sell, I will buy. We'll see. One day maybe I might start doing it. I don't know if I'm good enough to do so. Ethan, yo, big what's this? Yeah, man. Big ups on your. How about your? Huh? Ethan, you've lost me. Yo, man. Big up. Did I hear about a guy walking from Manchester to Oxford? Pike fishing, it was in the Angling Times. And no, I haven't seen that. I'll be honest with you, I've not seen that, mate. Sean, we can. Mike Pike, I was from. Okay, Joe. I was from South London. Okay, where was you from, Joe? Mike the Pike. Yes, yes. I thought it was you, Mike. I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to look like a bit of a donut. I think when you call something waiter or something waiter, and I thought it was you. And I know you're good friends with Chris, aren't you? Chris Delkims, Screaming Delkims. Yeah, he gave me some really nice comments in a couple of his lives lately, to be honest. And I've been watching. I don't know if you're watching Chris, or if Mike tells him. I've been watching Chris for quite a few years, but I've been one of those silent watchers, really. They're really big characters around Chris, and yeah, I've been watching Chris's videos for quite a few years. I actually find him quite hilarious. Some people might find him a little bit out there, but I actually find him quite funny. Yeah, and he said some really nice, kind things about me. And yeah, you used to have a Facebook page, and I did put a couple of comment statuses backwards and forwards with him. But I know I don't know if he's still on Facebook. I think it's come off there. But yeah, I've been watching Chris Screaming Delkins for quite a few years. Okay, where are we? Kelly, yes. Kelly, awesome floats. Floats made with the passion you put in what mass produce. You can buy 100%. Thanks for that. That's really kind of you to say that. Kelly's actually got a set of my floats. She's a really good friend of mine, Kelly. Any of you guys who know Kelly Crush, if you're on her Facebook page, she's a very well respected angler. She's an awesome angler. I wouldn't like to go up against her in a competition at all. Yeah, known for her catfish. She's called Massive Carp. She's known for her catfish. So known for her catfish. She's called some massive catfish. Catches a lot of them, and also some awesome pike. Her and her husband Teddy. So if you're watching, Teddy, shout out to you, matey. Really, really good seeing you, and I can't wait to see you both. I'm buzzing to see you guys at some point this year. I don't know when it'll be, but I'm really buzzing to see you both. And thanks for the kind words, Kelly, about the floats. The set you had I'll probably improved upon them by now, maybe 2 or 3 times over. So, like I say, they're like a Mark One dodgy version. They're going to be a much better quality now. Joe, you're from Wandsworth. Okay, I've got a friend up in Putney, so I know Wandsworth fairly well. John, I request I look into the next season's pike tackle box when it's stocked and ready to go. Me being a nosy sod. Right, John. Yes, I don't know if you've seen it. You're probably referring to when I first started about 3 years ago. I was just making videos out of the blue. I was watching what others were doing, and I was doing the same because I just didn't know what content to put up. So I've done a video where you can go through my pipe box and see what's in there, and my perch box and that. And there wasn't much in there because I was out of work at the time, so I didn't have much money to go and spend on terminal tackle. So to be fair, actually, my boxes even now are pretty thin. Apart from my pike box or my carp and my coarse fishing boxes are really thin. So they're the ones I really need to stock up for this summer. So yeah, once all my boxes are done, especially the predator boxes, I'll probably do another video so you can be a nosy sod and look into my box and see what I've got. But it's no different really from most other pike anglers, to be fair. Yeah, Fat Spanish Waiter, that's it. Yes, Michael Pike, Fat Spanish Waiter, that was his name. Yes, Chris Screaming Delkins. Ethan. Yeah, he's walking down the canal system. It was a really good read. Do you know what? I've got the last couple of weeks Angling Times and Anglers Mail. I think you said Angling Times, so we'll go through it and have a little look. A guy, I don't know if he's watching tonight, but there's a guy called Sean. he's doing a mission at the moment where he's going around London to different. I was going to say counties then, but they're not counties. Boroughs in London. He's catching a fish from each county. Each county. I've said it again. Each borough in London. And I think he's got 5 left. So yeah, he's going to get something quite. He's going to get something special off me when he's completed the challenge. But I believe once he's done that challenge, which the Anglers Mal have been covering for the last few weeks, once he's done that challenge, he's going to be doing counties. So he's going to go to every county and catch a fish in every county. He put some dedication in. So any of you guys who are on Facebook, please go and watch or go onto the Facebook page Angling with Sean. He's such a nice fella. I've spoken to him a few times, and he's a really nice guy. It's funny. I was at work a couple of weeks ago, and he was fishing on the Thames, and he was sea fishing because it was out of season. So he was sea fishing. He ended up hooking a 6-foot catfish. I couldn't believe a 6-foot catfish opposite. If I swung the cameras around, you guys know I'm a security officer and I operate CCTV for my job. And one of the roles is looking after the HMS Belfast. If I'd have known he was 5 meters from the HMS Belfast playing a massive catfish, I would have swung one of the cameras around and had a look. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, he was playing it for over an hour. I had a 6-foot catfish on from tidal Thames. Now, I'm not talking about Tennington Way and down that area where you might expect 1 or 2. I'm talking about central London. It's crazy. I couldn't get my head around it. So yeah, going angling with Sean. So I've been watching him in the Anglers Mail recently. Really, really nice guy. Really placid, docile, lovely fella. Hopefully, I'm going to get a session with him on the ponds come winter. Mike, is Chris fishing tonight, or has he just done the day? That's asking about Chris Delkins doing his fishing. I just actually, before I done this live, I watched one of his videos. He was fishing a park lake, and it was quite funny. He had they call these massive bream, and these bream were quite a nice size. But I shouldn't laugh really, but in the morning, because it's a park lake, they got all like boaters and jet skiers and stuff. They had these remote controlled boats. No, we use them as anglers for dumping out large boilie beds and God knows what. And they was having these motorboat races with these, and he was getting more and more pissed. And the more and more they crashed into each other and stuff, the more and more he was loving it. It was quite funny to watch. But yeah, I watched that just before I actually come on here and done a live. It was quite funny. Simon Speedo, have you put your deadbait rods away and switched to the lures yet? That's a good question. Thanks for that, Simon. Funny enough, yes, I put the deadbait rods away. Now, on my club lake, I am actually been told I'm allowed to pike fish all year round, but I'm not allowed to lure fish. So that tells me I'm allowed to deadbait and a night bait. I had this conversation with a couple of friends actually quite recently when it comes to pike fishing and seasonal fishing in general. I'm a little bit of a crossover between traditionalist and modern angler. I have this little bit of traditional. Sorry about the. I don't know if you can hear the police cars out, so you can tell I'm definitely in southeast London. So yeah, I'm a little bit mixture between the two. So I'm in 2 minds. I don't really like fishing for pike in the summer. If I catch them while I'm lure fishing on cooler days, then I have no problem with it because I know the oxygen levels and the water gets warm. Pike don't do too well. Well, most fish don't do too well. We know that. But I'm a little bit reluctant. So I will do a little bit of lure fishing, probably on the cooler temperatures. Days when the water's a lot cooler. So I'll be definitely checking temperatures and stuff because I don't want to put pike under any more pressure than need be, really. I will be doing some live baiting for perch as I normally do, and if I accidentally catch a couple of pike doing so, then I can't do too much about that. But yeah, I definitely will be pulling the lure rods out, and I will be fishing lures. But will I be targeting? I mean, maybe early mornings. I was thinking of going up on the ponds and doing a couple of sessions up there, like 5 in the morning when it's sort of first light, just doing an hour or 2, see if I can catch any top water pike. They'll be great videos to do because I've never done a top water pike video before, so it's all new to me. Never caught on a surface lure for pike, so you know maybe that's one for the summer. We'll see. Kelly, Teddy says hello and looking forward to meeting up this summer. Wicked. We definitely will. We do it. Like I say, we're going to do our Xander session come winter, but I'm sure at some point we can get a little quiet catfishing session in, maybe an overnight or somewhere. But again, I have to talk to Keith about that, to be honest. Okay. Where are we? Simon, Abu Venter, I just bought 2 to 10 grams. It's not a bad price. Couple with Shimano 1000. It's lovely balance in the hand. Nice. I don't think I know that rod, the Abu Vendetta. Oh, hang on a minute. Doesn't the Black Country Piker use the Abu Vendetta? I know he uses Abu rods. I'm not sure with his jig flies, so I'm not sure exactly which one it is. But that sounds like a very light rod, 2 to 10 grams. I guess you're going to have some real good fun on that for perch. Even if you get a little baby jack on it, it'd be good fun on that, and some Xander, small Xander, little sort of fingerlings. Give you good scrap, good fun. Ethan, yeah, it's the Angling Times, mate. It's page 8. I will have a look. Like I say, I've got the last couple of weeks. I get the Anglers Mail and the Angling Times every week, so I will go through that and I will have a little look. I hope this video is coming out okay, by the way. I've got my laptop in front of me. I'm reading off my laptop, and then I've got my phone, which I'm filming off of. So I'm hoping it's coming out okay. Wigan Pier. So Mike the Pike, snotters. Yeah, do you know what, mate? I don't mind a few snotters every now and again, especially if they're over like £6, like the ones you were having, £6-7. Then they're not bad getting them at that size. But it's just when they're like little dirty bream, snotty bream, especially when you're feeder fishing and all that. Nah, not for me. But I suppose getting bream on 3-pound test curve rods and you're after carp will do your head in. But to be fair, when I was doing a lot of carp fishing years ago, I didn't fish too many waters that held bream. So I didn't really get plagued by bream, to be honest with you. You know, places like day ticket waters like Hawkhurst, where I was talking about earlier on, Hawkhurst in Kent, they didn't have bream in the main lake. So I wasn't getting plagued by bream. So yeah, I've never really had to put up with them too much, to be honest. And I tend to use quite a big boilie. When I was carp fishing, I was using snowman rigs. I'd use like an 18mm bottom bait with a 14mm pop up with snowman. So I wasn't really getting plagued too much with bream anyway. Kelly, we'll also check out Angling with Sean Facebook. Thanks, sounds right up my street. A bit of river fishing. Yeah, check him out. Angling with Sean. He's a really nice guy. He's a sort of, don't want to call him an elderly chap, but he's yeah, travels around with his little Staffordshire Bull Terrier. Yeah, really nice fella. John Collins. Chris loves his snotters. Yeah, he has his fair share of bream, doesn't he? Sean made me look outside the cop car. DJ, right. Don't know if that's just a damn. Okay. Ethan. Top surface frogs, an evening, mate. Absolute killer. Yeah, maybe an evening might be a better option than the morning. I like fishing early morning, I'll be honest with you. Get the first bus, if I go to the ponds, as an example, or get the first bus out up to the ponds. I can do a couple of hours before school kids and people are about, and then I can sod off back home afterwards. This might be my first pike session. Just really enjoyed it. I remember from years ago that it's not good for the pike to fish for them in the summer. Yeah, it's quite controversial. I've had a couple of conversations with people in the past about fishing for pike in the summer. Now, there's some people that fish for them all year round. Like I say, I'm half modern angler and half traditional. I've got my foot. I'm at that age where I've got my foot in both camps, and I would never personally use dead baits and fish how I would in the winter. Dead bait, you know, I'm predominantly a bait angler. I don't think I'd actually go out and target pike in the summer months with dead baits. It doesn't sit with me right. That's just me. I'm just giving you my opinion. Maybe if it's in a big Scottish loch or a big Irish loch where it's big, deep, cold water, or if I go to Scandinavia or somewhere like that, somewhere where I don't know, I just think they do better in the winter months and cooler conditions. But then you can have the argument saying that about barbel and other species, and this is what does my head in. I don't want to sit here and have this debate all night because I knew that eventually this might crop up again. Where do you draw the line? We're talking about pike at the moment. Yes, should you fish them should you or shouldn't you fish them through the summer months as well? Because seasons are not around, and should they close the close season? It's a massive debate, and you can also argue that with other species as well. You know, why should the close season finish on pike, but why is it not close on perch? They're predators as well, and you fish them in a similar way with live baits and not so much dead baits, but with live baits and lures. No, some people they carry on pike fishing. Some people I know, and a lot of the guys I talk to on YouTubers, they just turn off. The only time they don't fish a pike is when they're spawning, but for the rest of the year they're fair game. And I think, and it's actually a point I think Steve Keeler, the Black Country Piker, made. It's all about the fish care, I suppose. If you give that fish the best care possible, and you look after it, then I don't know. I don't know. It's a hard one. I'm not saying never. I'm just not sure. Oh, it's hard. Because, like I said, I'd like to do some summer fishing on the lures, top water lure fishing, early in the morning and in the evening when it's a cooler temperature. But the water temperature is still going to be warm in the shallow water, like my ponds. And ponds is very shallow waters, so the temperature difference is not going to be very different because the atmospheric pressures or the atmospheric temperature is going to be different. Yeah, it's a debate I really need to sort of get my head around, really. And I'm sure you guys, which I'm going to start to read the comments now, are probably going to have a lot to say about the matter. I didn't know if there was just doing days of been. Yeah, that's right. Where are we? Right, where are we? Kelly, Ethan, top surface lures. I've never had any luck, and I do a lot of lure fishing. That time of the year, just catching from the top. See, yeah, surface fishing obviously is a summer thing. I'm not saying you can't catch them in sort of cooler conditions, but the ponds that you guys are now fish, because it's quite shallow, 3-4 foot deep, full of weed, loads of pike up there, all hiding amongst the weed and the lilies. I've been up there when people have been lure fishing, not with surface lures, but with other lures, and they're getting snarled up with the weed, but they're also getting pike going for the lures. So I know if you was to go up there with surface lures, and I don't know if people do, that would be a perfect water to do it on. Now, if you're fishing a deep canal or a deep river, you might have them on the ledges. You know, most canals and rivers have got the ledges with lily pads on. In the summer months, you know, up on the fens, there's a couple of drains and rivers I know where there's loads of lily pads. You know, you might have a 6 foot of 3 or 4 foot water before it drops into 12-foot water. They're the sort of places to target for surface lures, I'd imagine. And that'd probably be really, really good sport to do so. Okay, right. Let's have a look. Carper Stew, new subscriber. Can I get a shout out? Shout out, Carper Stew. I hope you're well, mate. Thanks for subscribing. I hope you like the content. It's not the best in the world. I hope to improve, and I hope to get out fishing a little bit more as and when I can. No pressure, you know. There are people that catch a lot of fish and got prolific channels. I'm probably not selling myself here, but yeah, it's all a bit of fun for me, fella. So thanks for watching. I am going to do some carp videos this year. It's called the London Predator. Yeah, this is another thing that come up. When I put a carp video up and a cruising carp video a couple of years ago, I had a couple of comments underneath, which I don't know if they're still there. Oh, why are you putting videos up? You're a predator angler. You're not allowed to put them up. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I had to conform to the rules because it's London funny. People get a little bit. Yeah. So still talking about surface fishing and warm temperature fishing for pike. Yeah, exactly. And making sure they're safe in the warmer conditions. Some fish, I think what I was trying to get at earlier on is some fish probably are known for exerting more energy than other species. And pike, if you look at carp as an example, I would say carp and marathon runners. You know, you get a carp on, you're playing it for ages. I'm not saying you can't do that with a pike, but I would say pike are sprinters. So you got your marathon runner carp, and then you got your sprinters pike. Sprinters are a lot faster, a lot more athletic, and they do give a pull and a bend in the rod, but they tire, in my opinion, quicker than carp do, of the same size. So say you had a £10 carp and £10 pike. I'm just generalising it, and this is just my opinion. So I think it's some fish they exert a lot quicker than other fish, but in the real height of summer, I'm talking about the real dirty, sweaty, hot days. You know, I don't really like fishing on them days, and if I do, it'll be in the evening time or night time, and generally eels and catfish, I suppose. Catfish, for definite, are probably the best species to catch on those really warm, hot, muggy nights. The same with eels. So I think you do get limited in your species. And obviously carp as well in the evening conditions. Early morning for carp for me in summer conditions. Ethan, as the sun is just starting to creep up, so like 4 or 5 in the morning, I'm always down for a top water session. Nice one, Ethan. I definitely will be giving it a go, lad, and see how I go, really. See how I go. Gumbo. I recognise that name as well. I think I see you in Chris Delkin's chat quite a lot as well. So, evening, Gumbo. Thanks for joining me. Hope you're well. Oh, hey, Chris is in here as well. Blimey. Oi, hey. You all right, Chris? How you doing? Mr. Screaming Delkins himself is in the room. Thanks for stopping by, Chris. I hope you're well, fella. Just finished. Actually, I was telling the lads and ladies earlier. I was just finishing watching your. I've gone out of focus there. What's happening now? There we go. Yeah, I was just watching your. What is going on with the focus? My face is too fat, and it's going out of condition. Yeah. Yeah, I was watching your video earlier on when you was catching the bream and you was doing your nut over the radio control boats. And every time they crashed, you loved it. Yeah, that was quite funny. I think you had 3 rods out, you was fishing a canal, and you were side on. I think you may have blanked on that session, and you was fishing for pike, and it was really shallow, and your baits were just under the surface. You was fishing and popped up. I think that's the first video I watched yours about 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, since then I've been watching your videos, especially your French trips, when you do your French trips with the lads. I really enjoy those long French trips videos. Where are we? John Collins, the closer I got to lures is wobbling dead baits. I've never been one for lures, but each to their own, I suppose. Again, John, I'm the same, mate. I've had 15 years away from lure fishing for pike, so like I say, I'm just getting back into it again. You know, see how I go with it. If I don't enjoy it, I don't enjoy it. I'll just take my foot off the pedal again. But it's worth giving it a go because you could be missing out on some good sport. Results have varied as lure. I miss a lot. Again, yeah, I've missed a lot since Christmas. I had loads of followers on pike, but I've never had one actually take. Blimey, I think I've got the whole of Scream Delkin's followers in my room. Blimey. You blanked your tits off, mate. Sorry about that, mate. I take you've been out on the bank then. Oh, you're blanking your tits off, so I'm assuming you're out on the bank now. Yeah, definitely, Kelly. You should definitely give it another go in the summer. Like I say, it's the first year that I'm going to do, especially with surface lures. It's definitely the first time I'm ever going to be surface fishing lures. I mean, I bought some rats and frogs and God knows what, frucks and ducks. You've tried non-stop black bass. Bazaar! How you doing, mate? Top man. Can you not knock it? Oh, man. Buffering Baz, put a shiner on the meter. With the lamp ring hanging out on pan. Oh, mate, here we go. Here we go. Where are you fishing, Chris? Carp fishing, I take it, mate. Have you got anyone with you? Or are you doing a session on your own? Still not. I can't believe I've still held 20 people in the room. Must be mad. Right, have I got any sessions coming up? No, not really. I'm back to work, like I say, Sunday. I'd like to try and get out next week. I'd like to say I'll try and get out. I don't know if I will, as what I've seen on Facebook. Got a lovely little scope set up, little 9-footers with little 5,500 Shimano Tegra XTD reels. I can't wait to give them a go. I'm buzzing to hopefully catch a couple of really nice carp this summer. The carp go up to £29.5 in my lake, but it's not, to be fair, it's not about size to me with the carp anymore. I like catching the real pretty ones, the real sexy looking ones. Like there's a couple of ghosties in there, and one of them's got it's about £20, and it's got, its head is proper dark on top, and it's got orange eye. It's got black around its eyes, like a skull, like a proper skull. Hence the reason we call them ghosties. You know, when you see them under the water, you see them on top of the surface. They look like a little ghost, don't they? I'm assuming that's the reason why they're called ghost carp. But yeah, these two particular ghosts are really, really sexy little fish. But it's a shame there wasn't any other coyers in that water, because I prefer catching the ornamentals or the dark wood carp ones nowadays. They're the ones that I'd really like to catch. And I don't care if they're 8, 10, 15, 20 pounds. Size to me with carp fishing now doesn't really matter, being honest. Where are we? Canal carping. Jimmy Savile is with me. So, Savile. Canal carping. So you're on that stretch of canal. I think he was talking to Danny's angling blog about, the one you said was like my brother. So you're local. That's just not far from you, is it? I think he was talking about that in your live a couple of nights ago. I hope you get something, mate. It'd be really good. Don't know if it's your first night on that canal. Be awesome if you can catch something. Stephen, I'm roughly in your neck of woods. That's Croydon. Did you ever fish South Norwood Lakes? No, Stephen. Thanks for stopping by the way. No, I've never fished South Norwood Lakes. I know of them. Again, I used to work in Crystal Palace Zoo. So on my lunch breaks, I used to come and watch the anglers outside fishing for perch and small fish. But they used to have some proper beast carp in there at some point. So, yeah. I don't know what it's like now. Don't know what the fishing's like up there. Maybe it's something I'll just give a go as a bit of fun one day. But yeah, I've never fished Norwood Lakes, but I heard there's some nice fishing now. But I also heard it's a bit of a s-hole. So I don't know. Sex carp just sounds wrong. It's just the way I talk. Oh, you seen Danny? Danny popped down today. Yeah, he's a you know what? He's a real top lad. Really nice guy. I try to watch his videos. There's certain anglers or bloggers that I have on my watch list. So as soon as I put the video up, I'll stick a little tick in the video and I'll put it onto my watch list, and I'll try and make my way down on the watch list. I think I've got about 30 videos to watch at the moment from other anglers that I like to watch. I think Danny's just put one out tonight I haven't got around to watching yet. So yeah, definitely want to be watching that. So yeah, no, I like Danny. He's a good lad. Did ya? No. Chris, you fished Crystal Palace Lakes in the 90s. That's when I was working there, man. That's when I was working in the Crystal Palace Zoo. Back in 1995, 95 and 96, I worked in the zoo. YTS. I was on a little training scheme, man. Clean up rabbit and goats and bloody otters shit. I'll tell you what, it was proper graft. But yeah, I used to go down every lunchtime and watch the anglers fishing, mate. I used to go and watch the anglers fishing. You can say shit, Baz, we won't be offended. No worries, mate. Yeah. Shit. No, it's I'll put the child thing on anyway in case, because sometimes you get a couple of children coming to these chats and yeah, act a bit silly. So yeah, I'll put a child block on there anyway. So yeah, you say what you want in my chats. You can swear as much as you want. It's up to you guys. But boom, where are we? I know Chris doesn't. The only reason I don't like swearing too much is because me, I swear quite a lot in my everyday life. You ask my boss, he'll tell you that. And but boom, 96. I fished Crystal Palace, mate. See, you might have been an angler that I came and pestered while you were sitting fishing. I'm sure you would have told me to fuck off if I was doing your reading. Stephen, I fished Crystal Palace, not the Club Lake. The day the boat, the day the what? The boat, Pedo Lake. Nice right. Pedo Lake. Sorry, my eyes are bad, man. Nice roach. Day ticket. Okay, stay ticket. I didn't even know that. I didn't know if it'd been taken over as a syndicate or Club Lake or something. Norwood Lakes. But I was talking about Sean, angling with Sean, the geezer in the Angler's Mail recently, who's doing all different boroughs of London. I think he fished there, and I'm not sure what fish he caught from there. So, tell you what, I should start weighing mine like you weigh yours, Chris. I tell you wouldn't believe what comes out of me, son. Shit happens, shit stinks. Yes, it certainly does. Boom, where are we? I'm losing me. Boom. Yeah, I was the one with the long rain jacket on. Hiding in the bush, mate. Pedlo Lake. Yeah, I know. I said Pedo Lake. I tell you what, you're meant to get your eyes tested every 2 years. I've not had mine done for 7 years, so even with glass on, I'm a blind as a bat. Good stuff. Flash of Baz, mate. Yeah, like the Gremlins. You ever seen the Gremlins when he with the glasses on? Dirty old man. Dirty. Do you know what? My mates used to call me Dirty Harry. Now, if you guys watch Only Fools and Horses, you'll know there's a character in there called Dirty Barry who owned a pawn shop. So a lot of my friends used to call me Dirty Barry. And I'm not going to say it, but if any of you guys are very clever, or if anyone's in the room, there was a little rumour going around about me quite recently amongst the bloggers. I did a giveaway, a 1,000 subscriber giveaway, right? I'm not ashamed to say it. I did a 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and in one of my videos, if you're very clever, you're very quick to notice, you'll see. Blimey, still 19 people watching. Well, I'm sorry this has not been it's not like Chrissy's videos where he's actually doing something or he's making something like leads or something like that. Maybe then I might do a video one day where I'm making some floats. So in the middle of making floats, I can talk to you guys while I'm doing it. But like I say, this is the first live I've done, so just seeing how it's going. Really, I don't know. I don't even know how the camera's coming out. I'm looking at the camera on screen, and it looks shite. It looks really crap. But I'm filming on my phone. It looks crystal clear. So I don't know how it's coming out on the computer, to be honest with you. I don't know how you guys are seeing it. But it is the first one, and hopefully I'll improve. I'm probably going to do a live once a month. Hopefully it's some on the bank, and as I said, a live floats. So I'll do a live float build. So, you guys have seen me do the perch. I mean, obviously I'm not going to make a whole float in one live session, but I'll do like, I don't know, a painting session or something like that. I don't know. John Collins, Baz, it's all gone tits up since Delks arrived. Can we say tits? You can say whatever you like. You can say whatever you like. Oh, hang on a minute. Ladies in the room. Ladies in the room. Thanks, Kelly. I'm just going to say I'm really sorry about all the swearing. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I do tend to swear from time to time, like everybody else. I think that's just the old school in me. But yeah, usually in my everyday life, every other word's a swear word, I'm afraid. I try to refrain from doing it. It's just how I talk. My Polish neighbours are nicking the Wi-Fi. Do you know what? I have actually got a bit of Polish neighbours. And do you know what? I'll tell you a funny story, right? Normally, at the moment, I've got my head shaved. Normally, I shave my head, and I ain't got my glasses on, and I'm shaved here as well. And they thought I was a Polish. They come up to me and started talking Polish. And I looked at them and went, I'm sorry, I don't understand words you're saying. I went, oh, sorry, we thought you was a Polish fella. We thought you could understand me. This is from my new Polish neighbours. I say a true story. It was funny. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't start laughing my head off. It was hilarious. Stephen, I was lucky enough to see the pet, Keston's big resident. Yeah, I know the pet. Well, I don't know him personally, but yeah, I remember the pet at Keston. Probably 1998, caught at Keston. I don't know if it's still there. I'll be honest with you. I don't know much about the car up there. I'll try and sort of keep that away from me. Really, I don't know too much about it. But yeah, those the pet. I've seen plenty of pictures of it, and I've heard all about it. I mean, Keston used to hold some massive. I'm going to say it now. Sod the Ponds. It's Keston. Everybody knows what it is. I used to. I know it's got so much history up there. I absolutely adore the place. I love the place, but it gets so much angling pressure now. There's loads of, I don't know, Eastern European people. I don't know whoever takes the fish from now. Four carps swimming around up there now. But Irishman, hi Barry, nice to see you doing a live stream. Thanks Irishman, thanks for coming along. It's the first time I've ever done. I've never done one before. Where are we? Kelly Crush, really well. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us. You've got to thank me. Talk to you anytime, Kel. You know my number. You got my number, hon. We can have a little chat if you get bored one day. Thanks, Mike LePike. Like I said, it's the first one I've done. Gumbo ain't a lady; he's a transgender. Are you, Gumbo? We're gonna get a flash to corroborate that. Kelly, don't be silly. I was about to say it. Oh, okay. No worries, Cal. Hey, oi, oi, all right, Dom. You're them man. How you doing, mate? Hope you're well. I thought you was working tonight. You on break or something? Baz, have you like float making? That'll be bang on. Yeah, no worries, Chris. I know you make floats as well, fella. I know you're very much into making bolster floats for your pike fishing, but yeah, I will do a live one. That's definitely for sure. I mean, I'm going to do some actual sort of how to make videos. I mean, the last one was ridiculously long. I think it's because I'm one of these people. When someone asks me to explain myself, you'll either get I don't have to explain myself, or I will explain myself and I'll go into great detail. There's no grey area when I explain. So either I'm going to tell you, I'm not tell you. So yeah, the thing is when I make videos, sometimes I talk too much. And when I did my how to make a perch video, perch float bobber video, I went into too much detail. Like I went too full force with it. The next one I'm going to make obviously is probably going to be a dead bait pencil. It's going to be a lot shorter. I won't have to refer to so much. I can just go right. Watch the perch one, and this is what I did in that bit. Well, I ain't got to go too far with it then. Dom, just finished, Dom. Oh, you're on a different shift. All right then, mate. Hope you're well, fella. We definitely need to at some point, Dom, do a live with us four. I know we've been trying to do it for weeks, and we've been trying to get it together where the four of us do one for weeks. But you definitely have to do some sort of live. And like I said, I haven't forgot. I owe you a look. Dom's in the room at the moment. Dom Fishing UK. He won the competition. Great British Pike off hands down. Nice fish of £18. To beat Dom was going to be quite difficult, especially in my state of play at the moment. There was no way I was going to win unless it was with a lucky fish. And if I'd have caught the fish, it would have been a PB. So there was no way I was going to beat him. 20 years ago, I like to think I would give him a run for his money. But maybe I'd get lucky again if we do it again in the future. But I owe you a lure, Dom. So at some point, we need to sort that out, mate. And no, I'm not getting you a lucky lure. They're 150 quid. Where are we? Those perch floats look spot on. Oh, thanks for that. Like I said, I've got a couple here. I'm doing a competition on Facebook. So there's a couple of the traditional perch ones I made. These are a bit of a homage to Paul Cook. If you know anything about float making or traditional floats, cork bodied with beach stem, and they've been turned down the lathe and so on and so forth. And these ones are going to be a competition winner. I said earlier on I'm going to run a competition on Facebook. I've done one for YouTube. I've done the 1,000 subscriber one on YouTube. I mean, I'm at 1,500 now, but I'm going to do one for Facebook. It's only right. I've had some real good support on YouTube, on Facebook, sorry. So I think it's about right that they should win the competitions. I've got a set of, and then a set of green. As a giveaway, and then choose my favourite of the questions. I might do a randomizer, but it's going to be on Facebook. So anybody that's not following me on Facebook, who's on YouTube, go and follow me on Facebook, because I think it's only right. That's where I'll do the competition next. But in future, there will be more competitions. I'm doing a lot more prototypes. I talked about it earlier on. I'm doing a load of prototypes. I'm still not decided if I'm going to sell in the future. That could be on the cards at the end of the year or maybe next year, early next year. I don't know. It's a lot of faffing about setting up a shop and being able to sell them up. But yeah, I'm certainly going to be doing floats as competition winners. I might do a couple of competitions a year. So this next one, like I say, is going to be for Facebook. So if you're not on there, go and follow me on the London Predator Angler Facebook page. And yeah, in the next week or so, I'll be putting up details around I'm going to do the competition. And then you can win. So like I say, there's 3 sets there. 1 perch bob and 2 pike gazette bungs. And like I said earlier on, and I have great confidence in this, the lacquer I use is what they use for pike lures. So they are as strong as anything. Absolutely. You could run a truck over them. I'm pretty confident they won't snap. Maybe that's a little bit too far, but definitely. So yes, where are we? Let's see if I can catch up. Looks like loads have been chatted about since I've been going off on one. Where are we? Okay, Kelly Crush. Thanks, Mike the Pike. I'm trying, mate. I'm trying. I'm not the best in the world, but like I say, it's my first live on my own. I've done a couple of small lives on Facebook to see how they go. Basically, it's just responding to everybody in the room, you know. I watch a lot of, I don't know if you guys know Mark Carp. I know you northern guys do who fish for carp. So I know Mike the Pike. I know Chris Delkins and Danny's Angling Blog. They all know Mark Carp is. I know Dom knows who Mark Carp is. He does one on a Wednesday. Always does 2 hours on a Wednesday. When I'm working, I try to watch, and if I can't watch them, then I'll watch afterwards on my break at work or something. And I'm going to try and probably do one once a month on my own, and then if I do any with the other lads at some point. Where are we? So far behind. So far behind. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to catch up here. Irishman, forget the float fishing, make some lures. Actually, there's something I actually thought about doing. I think I've spoken to Dom about it before, actually. I was thinking of making some lures. Now, because I don't have a workshop like most other people. I know Chris has a workshop or his garage. He can go outside and makes his leads and makes his floats and all that. He's got like a man cave where he does all these fishing tackle and stuff. My room is my. You wouldn't even if I showed you behind me or behind the camera, you wouldn't even believe. It's a shame I can't flip the camera. I don't think I can. Can I? Let's just give you a quick flip, see if it works. There we go. That's my junkyard. That's all my float making stuff. Crazy, innit? That's my desk with all my float making stuff on it. So yeah, I've got my room is my man cave basically. I live in at home with my parents, so you can take the piss out of me if you like for that one. I did have my own place years ago, but it went belly up, tits up, and I had to move back home, and I'm quite comfortable here. So this is, they know you know where your bread's buttered, I suppose, don't you, a little bit. So yes, I'm living at home with my mum, and my room is my man cave. So that's where I make my float. So if I want to make things like lures and stuff, I'm going to need bigger power tools in order to cut the wood, shape the wood, shaping the wood and all that. It's not going to be too difficult, but I'd want like a jigsaw to get the shape of. I mean, things like using round dowel, I could probably make like a. Any of you guys know the Fox Demon lure, which was sort of like a bull nose hybrid lures. It's like a bull nose wooden part of the lure, and then it's got a long tail, like rubber, the rubber curly tails. So making a demon type hybrid lure would be quite easy to do. If I wanted to make jerk baits and get various shapes, it's just going to take a lot of time and effort to do them and rub them down. And I think because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and with my float making, I'll want to be able to carve off something that looks like a pike. Like you get these people that make these swim baits and that, and I just don't have the facilities to do that. So I might make some basic pike lures, but I know I'm not going to be satisfied doing that. I'll want to end up trying to make the best pike lure I can, and that's where I know I'm going to go tits up because I don't have facilities to do so. Where are we then? Sorry guys, I've gone off on a tangent again. Well behind. Mike's Bobbers. What's all this? Sell. Joe, possibly it might be a thing. Yeah, the way I've got this set up at the moment, Dom, is I've got my camera set up on a tripod. Well, my phone set up on a tripod because the camera on it's better than my laptop. When we used to do our lives together, I used a laptop camera that's built in, but it's really naff. So I thought, okay, I'll use my phone, do it on my phone, live on the phone, and I've got my laptop in front of me, and I'm reading off the comments on my laptop. That's why you see me looking down like that sometimes. But you did tell me about a camera to get, a live camera. I think it's a Microsoft one for about 25 quid, something like that. I've got that on my Amazon wishlist, so I will have. If I'm going to start doing lives once a month, then I'll probably end up getting that, and obviously, hopefully, the quality will be a lot better. But this is my first live, and I'm trying to do as best I can. So that's the reason why it's probably a little bit dodgy. It's the router as well. In my brother's room, it's all linked up to his computer, so mine's being done wirelessly. That's probably why it's a bit naff, to be honest with you. Right, where are we? It's not a garage, it's a man cave. Yes, you did say, Dom, you was going to get into lure building, mate. Well, I think we had a little conversation in on Facebook about, you was asking me about epoxies and stuff like that. But you should give it a go, mate. There's no reason. I mean, I know you prefer to spend on a bank. I mean, I don't know anyone who you practically live on a bank when you're not working fishing, and I'd love to do that. But yeah, maybe just spend those hot summer muggy days where it's really difficult to get out and not many fish are biting or whatever. Like I say, getting yourself a few bits and pieces and making a couple of lures, mate, and just start off on basic lures, like I said earlier on, a bit like the demon hybrid type lure, because all you got to do is make half the body, and it's all you got to do is round it off, I suppose. Whereas the back half of the body, it's just going to be like a curly tail. But it's things like weighting the lures and getting the right weighting. Because I'm an inexperienced pike angler when it comes to lures, weighting of a lure, I'm going to find a bit. I've got to get used to using lures again to understand them. Do you know what I mean? So I don't want to run before I can walk. But with you, Dom, I think it'll be really good for you to give it a go, mate. Chris, Baz is really Warlock. Mike the Pike. I wish I lived at home with Mama. I'm a roast potatoes are legendary. I wish Mama I could say the same with Mama. My roast potatoes are nasty. But don't hopefully you don't hear that. Roast potatoes are rank. Which is a good thing for me, I suppose. I need to lose a few pounds. Don't need much. Simply lures. Yeah, making lures. You can make it as easy or as hard as you want, I suppose. But like I say, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and that's why I'm being really finicky in my float making. You know, some people say they like my floats, but I still see them as only 50% of what I feel I can make them. My throat's going because I've been talking for so long. 10 to 10, blimey, I said I was only going to do 2 hours. I might hang around till half 10. We'll see. Where are we? So Stephen, my favourite lure, silver, gold, Alcock spoon. Total faith in it, bigger the better too. I don't know that lure, Stephen, I'm afraid, mate. My favourite spoon used to be the Casalo Professor. Don't know if you guys know that. But just a little 3-inch copper spoon, they say is the best. Well, Gord Burton says the best, and I've had quite a few small jacks on a copper spoon, so I don't know. I've actually got some spoons. There's a fellow who sent me some lures from a Polish company that I'm going to give a go, and they're really well made. So I'm not going to talk about it too much until I've done a couple of trips with them and caught a couple of fish, and then I'll do a review on them, and I'll do a review on the channel. But that probably won't be till sort of later in the year because, quite frankly, I've got nowhere I can go lure fishing at the moment. Everywhere off around me, the rivers are closed. I've got no canal near me, and all my still waters, I'm not allowed to lure fish. So yeah, I'm pretty buggered for lure fishing for pike at the moment, to be honest. I really want to, mate, but I've got. Just throwing at it. Yeah, definitely, Dom. I mean, everything costs money, I suppose, doesn't it? It's quite easy for me to probably sit here and say about buy this and buy that. I've like with my float making, it's accumulated over the last couple of years, and because I don't have children and I'm living at home and I'm in a fairly half decent job pay wise. Before that time, and I started making YouTube, I was using like a crappy compact camera, and I was barely scraping the bus money together to go and fish a free venue. So I know you. I'm not sure. I think you live alone or with a partner possibly, and obviously cash, has to go on more important things. So yeah, with lure fishing, I'm sure you can get things done on a budget, really. To be fair, but yeah, just start off really small. Start off basic and then work your way up. Like I say, rather than make big, massive lures, just make some small micro lures and then just buy the materials as you need. But I know where you're coming from because I've been there, so I know exactly what you mean. And I know you're probably going to be a bit of a perfectionist as well, and you'll want to make something that's top quality. Right, Mike the Pike. Thanks for coming in, mate, and joining me in the chat. Like I say, it's been good for the first live. I've never done one before, so I really appreciate you coming and seeing me, Mike. Top man, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you soon, mate. Where are we? Dave Booth. I used to use the Shakespeare Big S and the Little S. Funny you should say that. Actually, I've got quite a few left over. I've got about 5 or 6 Big S's and a couple of small S's. It's quite funny. A couple of years ago on the ponds, I went up there one summer to do a little bit of lure fishing. I had small jack. It's in one of the videos, birthday video. There was a guy up there called Phelan who was fishing there as well, who was one of my subscribers. So we got chatting and was walking around and was fishing together. And he had the not big S, he had the big S. It was massive, it was huge. I've never seen a big S that size before. Shakespeare Big S, massive it was. As soon as it landed on the water, he was chatting to me and he wasn't watching, but I was watching. this pike, it was huge, came out and grabbed hold of it. How he didn't hook it, I have no idea. How it didn't self hook, his hooks must have been blunt, because there's no other reason why he didn't hook that fish. It was a real good sized pike, by the way. But yeah, they say that the Shakespeare Big S and Little S's are awesome. I've got a couple of Little S's that I use for perch. Absolutely fantastic. Cheap as chips. I don't think they make them anymore. I don't know if Shakespeare. I know Shakespeare don't make them. I think maybe another company might have copied the format and still making them on a cheap budget. But even when Shakespeare was making them, they were really cheap. But the Shakespeare Big S and Little S's were really good lures, and they still are to this day. They still catch pike. So that's one thing I do know, is that the Big S's are really good. You're still getting knocks on the brain. You're not caught nothing, but you're getting knocks on the brain. I really hope you get a carp, mate. Fingers crossed you get a carp, Chris. It'd be awesome. First canal carp on that stretch of canal in it. I'm sure you said, Chris, if you're still watching, it's a canal that's you grew up and you fished like 30 years or 40 years ago. I'm pretty sure you said that. So that'd be really ideal if you do catch them now. Stephen, yeah, I actually, funny enough, after watching Chris's video with the speedboats, the little mini speedboats, I actually, just before coming on live, I actually flipped onto that, Stephen, and I did see that about people robbing people's car for fishing stuff. So yeah, I did see that. I did see that. Screaming dog, yeah. It's had Mike's rubber hooks on it. I've probably been. Oh no, I'm reading the wrong thing here. Dom just cooked up some Lincolnshire sausages. Hitting the spot with a cold beer after work. Do you know what? I could drink a nice cold cider right now. Oh, I love a nice cold cider or a cold beer. Cold beer go down well. Lincolnshire sausages. Do you know what? I like those dirty fat sausages you get from Sainsbury's. A proper chunky taste of difference with all the red onion and the ciders. I think I was watching Chrissy's video and he uses. I think he has the one with the hot chilies in. Mate, that'd blow my ass off if I had those. But yeah, I do like a decent sausage. You can't beat sausage sandwich. You can't beat a decent sausage sandwich with some Harvey Price on it. This video on the canal is going to be called Voyage to the Bottom of the Road. You had a spicy pizza last night? Oh, mate. Have you had that Domino's cheeseburger pizza? With the burger sauce all over it? You know what? At first I thought this is going to be rank. I had one Christmas. It's the last pizza I had was actually Christmas. Since I've been trying to obviously lose weight, so I've not had no takeaway since. And I tell you what, it was actually quite nice, really nice. But I prefer Meat Feast's pizza, to be honest. Spicy pizza, is that, who does that? Is that one of the big brands or is it like one of your little locals or something? Harvey Price. Yep, I got that from Chris. That's it, Carolina Reaper sausages. Aldi. Blows your face off. God, I bet they'll warm you up in the winter. God. I'll tell you what, if I was in my sleeping bag after eating them, mate, proper fart sack that'd be. Your last Domino's was dog shit. Oh, it was a fresh one. Okay. No, man. Do you know what, right? I know this is nothing to do with fishing, but people moan about pineapple on pizza. They're like, how can you have pineapple on pizza? I've never had a problem with it. I don't choose to have it on any of my pizzas, but if someone said to me, here's an Hawaiian, there you go, I'd have it. Pineapple and ham, I'd have it. But chicken on a pizza, I don't get it. That is rank. That is absolutely rank. Chicken on a pizza, nasty. Same with sweet corn on a pizza, nasty. Baked beans on a pizza, nasty. Just my opinion. Stephen, have you ever caught a pike on big drifter floats? Yes, I have. One of my favourite methods, which I don't practice. I'll be honest with you, I don't practice enough. I used to love drifter. When I was up on the fens, there's two great big sailing clubs called Roswell Pits, which is a bit of a giveaway where I was fishing. Big sailing clubs, drifter float, smell, drifter float out, bang, every time. And it wasn't just pike; it was zander as well. So I love using drifter floats, but it's one of those old school. It's one of those old school. It's one of those old school things that people don't tend to do much anymore. Is drifter fishing. Right, here we go. I think I've ruffled some feathers here, and I'm going to piss people off even more when I start talking about tea. So I'm just going to give you a heads up. I'm going to talk about tea in a minute, and I'm going to really piss people off. Where are we? Dom. Fuck off, Barry. Pineapple pizza. You for real? Pineapple. I'd rather pineapple on a pizza than eat chicken on a pizza. Chicken is not meant to be on a pizza. Pineapple and ham has been around for years. Now, I'd eat it, but it's not my go-to pizza. I'm a meat feast man. I like everything meaty on there apart from bloody chicken. If you put pineapple on a pizza, it's fucking cake. Actually, Chris, you got a point there. Yeah, yeah, if you like. Have you seen those chocolate pizzas? Fucking had one of those, and that was nasty as well. But yeah, may as well have a pineapple spread, some tomatoes, ice cream on your chips next. Nah, I'll probably say toasting the tea. I think everyone does that, toasting the tea. Ketchup on your donuts. I don't like that personally. But toasting the tea, I don't mind that. But yeah, pineapple on pizzas, I got no problems with that. Ice cream on your chips, nah, not for me. But this will piss people off. I'm sorry if there's anybody from Yorkshire. I think Dom knows what I'm just about to say. Yorkshire tea is the nastiest tasting thing in the world. I know that's going to piss so many people off, and I don't mean to offend. Yorkshire tea is nasty. It's piss water. How anybody can drink Yorkshire tea and say it's the best tea, and I just don't get it. I love a cup of tea like anybody else, and even if I was Northern, I'd still say Yorkshire tea. Even if I was from Leeds, even if I was from Yorkshire, even if I was from York, I'd say Yorkshire tea tastes like piss. It is nasty, and that is going to piss so many people. On Facebook, I said that once, and it pissed so many people off. It's just an opinion. I just think Yorkshire tea is nasty. Twinings is the one for me. Bit posh, a little bit posh, and I like the Lady Earl, which has got the hint of orange. Perfect. But yeah, don't talk to me about Yorkshire tea, man. So if you think pineapple on pizzas is bad, and I think chicken on pizzas is bad, Yorkshire tea. So please tell me you guys don't drink Yorkshire tea. It's nasty. It's nasty. I'd rather Tetley's or PG Tips or something. No, the weak shit tea that you get. It's all about twinings or twinnings, whatever way you want to say it. What's the name of that big ship in the film Titanic? Titanic? Is it sunk? What are you going to say, Chris? I know the name of the ship that rescues them. That was called the Carpathia, I believe. Hey, what's this? Dave Booth. Hedgehog Crisps a few years ago up here in Shropshire. Huh? Lost me. Never mind. Sorry, Chris. Did it go over my head? What's the name of that big ship in the film Titanic? Titanic? You've lost me. Sorry, my humour's gone out the window. I must have missed something, mate. All about coffee. Coffee? Coffee? Are you English? Holmesy. Are you actually? Are you English? drinks coffee? Coffee? No, I don't have a cup of coffee, to be fair. I'm not a coffee connoisseur, I'll be honest with you. I'm more of a tea connoisseur. But even when I drink a cup of tea, it just runs through me. I'm forever going to the toilet when I drink tea, so I can only really drink tea when I'm at home and I'm not going anywhere. That's why you don't really see me on the bank drinking tea, because if I start drinking tea on the bank, I'm pissing every 5 minutes. It's worse than drinking beer. I just can't hold my bladder with tea. You must be joking. Yorkshire tea is the best. Joe, no, Joe, no, no, no. It's called Chuck Chuck Iceberg Sandwich. Screaming Delkins, just podded level 7. Back of the onion bag. I've not no, I don't know. You're gonna laugh at me now. Is coffee actually graded in a bit like Chili's? Is coffee graded? So I take it 7's quite high up. I'll be honest with you, I don't know. The only time I drink coffee is I go into Costa and I might have a mocha or something if I'm shopping with my mates or whatever. And when I say mates, the girls. So if I'm out with the girls and they're shopping and I go with the girls, then I might have a coffee in a coffee shop. But genuinely, I'm a tea person. Dave Booth, Yorkshire tea is the nuts. Twinings is for, well, posh. Posh twats. Do you really think with this accent I'm a posh twat? Nah, you're right. It's a bit of a posh tea, but it's not one of those teas where you have to go into those Ponzi shops and buy it separately on its own sort of thing. No, like you go into these connoisseur shops of chocolate and shit like that. Nah, Yorkshire tea, mate, just the taste. Maybe it's just my taste buds. I just can't get on with it. Yorkshire tea, I like the breakfast tea. I like not the Yorkshire tea, Twinings tea. They do a hot chocolate now. I found out today, so I might have to give that a go. But Twinings, they do the breakfast tea, the all day tea. I like those. They're my normal tea. Then I have a bit of Earl Grey when I'm in the mood, and then Lady Grey. As I said, Lady Grey is just the best. I mean, you have milk in it. You can get those teas where you just drink them without the milk, which I have as well, like the raspberry ones and all that. But I like the ones. I like the Lady Grey. It's got a little tiny hint zest of orange. It's really nice. Give it a go. You might like it. You might not. You might like it. You might not. Level 7 is Coke. Hey, is that Danny? I see. He's Danny. Was your ears burning? How you doing, you lovely animals? Yes, you definitely come into the room when all the animals are left. All the posh people have left, and it's just the animals left. Do you know what? I'm still on 9. I've got 18 followers still. Blimey, makes you quite surprised. Sayo boys drink level 3. I don't know. I don't even know what's a mocha. Level 1. I have no idea. Why the bloody hell are we talking about tea and coffee anyway? I thought this was a fishing channel. Gaz, typical shock. Bag one pound if you ain't already. What about orange juice and toothpaste? Toothpaste, Aquafresh, orange juice, Tesco's finest. I don't like cheap stuff. I don't mind a little bit of Tropica. Is it Tropica? Tropicano or whatever it's called. That's me delts. Coots and Breen bites. The Breens are inbound. You gonna get played by Breens tonight, Chris? You will soon be corrupting me. That's what I was afraid of, man. That's what I'm afraid of. Once you sort of get your claws into me, I've seen your videos plenty of times, mate. Once you sort of... Yeah, I will keep the lives going. I'm not going to do like Mark Carp, who does them every week, because to do them every week and to hold people's attention like he does is fantastic. You've got Fanta Fishing, who does these lives. Dom does lives from time to time, which we all join in. But that was usually, I think that was centered around the Great British Pike Off. But I will do lives. I'll do one once a month maybe. Some I'll hopefully be on the bank when I actually finally get my finger out my arse and go fishing. And mainly probably being here when I'm just either chatting to you guys or doing something. You know, I'm going to get the wall behind me sorted soon. I'm going to get all the movie posters down and put all the hopefully fishing bits and bobs up. I've got Percy the Pike, you know Percy the Pike. He's going to go on the wall and going to make this wall a whole great big homage or shrine to fishing. So might even do a live while I'm doing that. We'll see. But definitely while I'm making floats or when I'm sorting gear out or if I'm on the bank, I will do lives. But I think probably once a month's probably the best thing for me. I think if I do it once a week, it's going to be a bit too much. Not just for me, but for everyone else. They'll probably fucking bore the pants off them or something. So I will do them. How's it going, Dan? Hey, you alright, Dan? Cheers, fella. I heard you went down and see Chris tonight. Thanks, Gary. Thanks for subscribing, mate. Like I said earlier on, it's not the best. It's not the best channel. My channel's not the best channel, man. It's a bit of fun. The people who make a lot better content than I do. You know, as an example, Danny or Chris or Dom. Go and watch Dom's videos. He catches fish after fish. I watched actually Dom while you were in here. I watched your little carp session earlier on this afternoon. It was really enjoyed that, mate. Those carp were nuts. What were they on? Were they on steroids or something? I think you playing him on a lighter rod like you did, you would have thought it would have tired them out a little bit more. By the time they got in, mate, they were going nuts. I've never seen carp sort of around that sort of size strain beating you up on the bank like that. That was crazy. But yeah, really enjoyed that, Dom. I still got to watch your latest video, Danny. That's on the list, mate. That's on the list. Tea bags. Don't, please, Danny. Danny, please. I know you're a northern lad. Please tell me you don't drink. If you drink tea, which I know I think you do, don't tell me you drink that piss water Yorkshire tea. Please, please tell me you don't drink that, Dan. John, that's you've hit a winning start tonight, mate. Well done. Thanks, John. I really appreciate that, fella. Like I say, you know, keep an eye out for the competition that'll be on Facebook, fella. And John, I want to especially say thanks for all the support on Facebook and on YouTube you've given, mate. You've been around for a long time supporting me, so. You can say, Dominic, you can say cunts if you like, mate. I don't think there's any ladies watching. The only time I don't like swearing personally is when there's ladies present. But Kelly was in here earlier, you know, Kelly Crush, my friend. She said she don't mind a few people swearing, so I have no problems with swearing in context. They were little shits. Simon, I think your perch bobbers look good. Not to sell. Fair play to you. I think, look, for supply and demand, I've had a lot of people say they like my floats, and it's so flattering. It's so flattering. If I was out of work, maybe where I've got time to commit to doing it and being able to keep up with supply and demand, because I've had a lot of interest. I made a set of perch floats and pike floats. And I made them in my team colours, which is Norwich City. I love and I support Norwich City, so I made them in the yellow and green, obviously, with a Norwich badge on. And I post them on the Norwich page, the Norwich football page. The amount of people that sent me private messages wanting to buy a set off me, I'm talking about coming up towards 100. I was flabbergasted. I didn't do it for that reason. It's because I'm a Norwich fan and I made a Norwich float and I've never seen anyone do anything like that before. I posted it on the Norwich City page and it just went mental. And then from there it was being passed on, and that one particular post got thousands and thousands of views. And then since then, I think word of mouth's gone around and people have seen my other floats and that I've made. And they're all prototypes. None of them are what I'm 100% happy with. And people have liked what I've done. But the thing is, because of to try and keep up with supply and demand, and there's a lot of other people in the industry as well that have helped me along the way to learn my craft. I don't want to shit on them and take away what they're doing because I've had a lot of help. But then at the same time, they would only be predator floats if I did sell them. They would be geared towards predator fishing, perch bobs, pike floats. That I wouldn't do like horse floats and that because they're the ones that get sold the most and that's their bread and butter. So I just didn't think it wouldn't feel right doing that. But maybe one day, like I say, it's dedicating the time to do it to actually set up a shop because I want to. If I do it, I want to do it right. I want to set up a Facebook page. I want to set up a website and do it properly. You know, not just sort of selling it at a whim on eBay or something that you know. Because I think eBay also take a select cut of your money as well. Whereas you can sell them a little bit cheaper if you don't sell them on eBay. I think eBay take a bit of a select cut, I'm afraid. So, um, come. So I see you guys are talking amongst yourselves. I think it's more about Chris and his session tonight. So he's watching me from the bivvy, which I'm privileged you're doing that, matey. So you guys are talking about this canal, I believe you're fishing at the moment, Chris. See them on the Facebook page. Shop like lures, guys. Do better. Sell. Maybe, Dan. If I do, it'll be a limited amount of numbers. But I know, like, I'm not. It's going to sound. I'm not blowing the trumpet or anything. It's just because of the interest I've had come back. I know keeping up with supply and demand's not going to be impossible. Dominic, just respawned my pike rods with mono for some carp fishing this summer. Up to a 30-acre res. On Thursday, it's either going to be a chicken dinner or blimey, 30 acres. That's somewhere you're going to probably have to work on, Dom. 30 acres is a big old lump of water, mate. Big lump of water. See, big waters like that. The only time I don't get scared or intimidated by big sheets of water like that is if I'm pike fishing. When I'm fishing for carp, and it's like needle and haystack for me. So, Screaming Delkins, great live, Baz. You're not a boring twat, mate. Oh, thanks. Is that a compliment or is you just being sarky for me? I know you're not being sarky. It helps that all you guys know each other, so you're talking amongst yourselves, and I'm just whittering on in the background. Yeah, I bet it's like a sea, Dom. I bet it's like a sea, man. Proper turbulent if you was out on a boat. But sod that, nah, it's 30 acres. I think for me, I don't like fishing sort of big waters. It's not my kind of thing. I just don't enjoy it. I've done some big waters in Ireland for pike and that, and like I said, I don't get intimidated by that. Been out on a boat and trolling and all that sort of stuff. But again, I didn't really enjoy it that much. I just like being out on a boat and enjoying being on the boat. The fishing part of it didn't really sort of bother me so much. But yeah, I prefer fishing smaller waters for carp, definitely. Right, lads, I'm going to have to shoot and get ready for a shark. Is that a joke? Right, lads, I'm going to have to shoot and get my gear ready for shark fishing tomorrow. I know it's a compliment, Chris. Top bomber. No way, you're going shark fishing tomorrow. Oh, you fuckwit. You got me then. You done me then. Fucking jack sharks on pinkies. I thought you were talking about proper going shark fishing. Mind you, is it the time of year to be shark? Nah, it's too early for sharks, isn't it? That's something, actually, I'm 40 in September. And one of the things I was thinking about doing for my 40th birthday, but I'm so fucked up at the moment, health-wise, I don't think I'd even be able to pull in a chub, let alone a shark, is go blue shark fishing for my 40th birthday. Top bomber. Back of the onion bag. I love all that. Cracks me up. I'm definitely not going to nick. What is it? Oh, what's that other one you say a lot? Tips, tricks, and handy hints. I'm not going to nick that one. I like that one, but I'm not going to nick that one. There's no sarcasm no sarcasm going on within fishing or lives. It's always fun and games. Certainly is, John. Certainly is, mate. Oh, you off, Joe? Night, mate. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by, fella. Have a look at what you could have won. All the best ones, mate. All the best ones. Tips, tricks, and hairy bollocks. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you a story. That ain't do with fishing. I was first time I ever shaved my head. I used to have long hair. I shaved my head. My mates where I used to work years ago. This was years ago. They said, "Oh, you know, obviously you trim downstairs." I was like, "Yeah, of course I trim downstairs." They said, "Oh, mate, you've got to use your hair cutters. Use your hair cutters and do it downstairs. I tell you, you'll have it off in after time. It's just brilliant. You know, you'd really enjoy. You know, not enjoy it, but it would be nice. You know, for your girlfriend, she'd enjoy it." It's like, oh, really? Nah, nothing. So just carried on trimming as you normally would. You know what I'm talking about, lads. Anyway, I thought, nah. A couple of weeks later, I thought, I was shaving my head and I thought, oh, shall I? So fucking me being me, not thinking it through, fucking metal. No, you got the hair clippers and you got the metal part. So I've gone down to the metal because I give myself a 0. And I've gone down and tried it. I fucking only caught it on my ball sack, mate. I only fucking caught it on. I was screaming, blood was everywhere. Sometimes you just got to think things through. But I'm sure you didn't want to know that. Right, lads, I'm going to it's coming up to 20 past 10, so I'm going to probably wrap up now in the next 10 minutes. I said I was only going to hang around for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Numbers are starting to dwindle now. I need to go lure as well. No worries, Dom, you're welcome, fella. Yeah, Chris, you go live and let me come on your live. Like, not come on your live, go into the chat on your live. Are you're special? Oh. Yeah, I've talked too much now. I've talked a load of waffle and talked a load of rubbish, and I've talked myself out now. So, yeah, if you want to start your live up, start a live up, Chris, and then we can come and watch you catch bream. Talking to Norwich and football, I'd pay more if you could do LFC bobbed. Simon, I'm not making to sell, man. I'm sorry, fella. I'm not making to sell. Well, this is the thing. If I make them for one person, I've got to make them for everyone. I can't do that. So, yeah. If I sell them, then maybe I might. If I do go and venture into it, then maybe I might do football teams and sell them. I'll probably end up getting done by the football club for putting their logo and badge on them. Copyright. But we'll see. In the future, we'll see. It's not something I've not thought about. I have been thinking about it. And I still continue to think about it. So, like I say, if I do make floats, then if I open up a shop or website or something where I can sell them through, then probably will do that, mate. I've actually got some really... Chris, you're an army man, ain't ya? You're an ex-squaddie. Got some really good ideas of floats merged with military, shall we say. So keep an eye out for that, because I have got some ideas for those. DJ, no worries, DJ. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I think most of it, especially towards the end, it's got absolutely nothing to do with fishing. It's just gone from trying to be prim and proper, and it's gone into like lads, Chris Delkim style lives. And Great British Pike Off lives. To be fair, when I did the lives of the lads, Dominic and a couple of the others, when we was doing lives for the Great British Pike Off, we had quite a lot of banter and it was quite good fun. It was a good laugh, especially with little Jordan. He's hilarious. Some of the shit he comes up with is just so funny. That wasn't a dig. That wasn't a dig, John. That wasn't a dig. I was too corrupted, man. I was too corrupted. I was pinned down like something out of scum. I was, I got too corrupted too easy there, didn't I? Shit. And I started swearing halfway through because of you lot. Damn it. Thanks for that. I'm gonna have to go prim and proper again. This is like the what's that website? Is it steakandcheese.com style? Chris has that effect on everyone. Yeah, unfortunately, lads. When you're on the bank with your lads, and when I'm with my male mates and on the bank, we're having a laugh. You're just lads banter, isn't it? I know. Dominic, pass me that soap, man. Pass me that soap. Stick a dove in my mouth. I'll tell you. Yeah. When you're with lads and you're on the bank, you're having a bit of a laugh and a bit of a giggle and a bit of a social. But obviously, I'm trying to be a little bit mindful that sometimes there's kids watching. And I'm not saying that kids don't know about swearing and that, but I try to be a little bit mindful. Even in my own videos, I try to be a little bit mindful. But and like I say, I don't like swearing in front of ladies. I find it really uncomfortable. I've got a lot of female friends, and I don't like swearing in front of them. Not saying I don't swear, or have lad banter and so on and so forth, but Right, lads, I'm going to be wrapping this up in the next 5 minutes. So, is there anything you guys want to say? Did you enjoy? I know a lot of people said they've enjoyed it so far. Like I say, it's the first live I've done. A bit of laugh, bit of banter. You know what I mean? It's good that a lot of you other YouTubers have stopped by. Like, Dom. I appreciate that coming by, Dom, and obviously Chris. I do appreciate it. Ever caught crabs? Not the fish, the dick ones. No, I haven't, mate. I've been very lucky not to catch any naughtiness off of girl. To be honest with you, I've never shagged any skanks before, so I've been quite lucky in that respect. Why have you? How many different types of ticks and mites and crabs have you caught, mate? You're welcome, Dave. Top bomber. I have 17% battery. Ah, no, man. And you got one of those cheap Chinese things you can plug in to charge up your phone or something, Chris. Do you know what, right? This made me laugh the other day, right? And I do get this, but I've got a question for you, Chris. You buy those cheap Chinese knockoffs, don't you? Like the Bivy lights, but you won't buy the Ridge Monkey ones. But you write Ridge Monkey on the side. What I want to know is, you buy these cheap Chinese knockoffs, but then you've got to buy the batteries to put in the Chinese knockoffs, which you then got to continue to get separately because they cost more money. Wouldn't it not be easier to buy one of the expensive ones in the first place that'll last you longer, so you won't have to buy the Chinese cheap batteries or ACs that blow up like you showed before, that they would last longer? It's just something that I was thinking about the other day when I was watching your video, and I just wondered what you thought about it. Because I'm thinking, rather than buy a Ridge Monkey Bivy light or whatever else it is, wouldn't it be easier to buy a proper one and then it'll last, rather than buy the cheap Chinese ones because they're cheaper, but then you get dodgy AC adapters and dodgy batteries that you have to buy £1 million worth of them just to run? Wouldn't it be easier to buy a normal one? Am I wrong? I don't know. You got more electricity than Ted Bundy. Oh, man. No worries, John. Oh, he's back. Mike the Pike's come back. I thought you'd gone. I'm closing down in a little while anyway, because I'm talking quite loud in my room. I've still got the rest of the house to think. I know it's a bit of a thing, but I've got my brother in the next room. He's working tomorrow. He's a postman, and I've got my mum getting ready to go to bed. So yeah, I've got to hold the noise down a little bit. You're not a tackle monkey. No, I was just wondering if you're by. Oh, mate. Oh, Yeah, I was just wondering if you wouldn't it be in the long run cheaper to buy an actual one than a Chinese one if you have to keep buying all the batteries and the AC adapters from blowing up? Well, I just thought it might be cheaper that way. It was just something I was thinking about, and I just wanted to ask her. I did, man, and I nearly followed through as well. God, man, I got a bit of a rotten bottom today, to be honest. It's all that I'm eating loads of, because obviously I'm trying to lose weight at the moment. It's all those greens and shit I'm eating. You know, they say that all these greens like asparagus and all that, and I like asparagus, but all these greens are meant to be good for you. The more I eat, all they make me want to do is shit and fart. Makes me feel, oh, makes me feel rough. Yeah, definitely, Simon. I will be doing more, mate. And look, Jordan's ears are Jordan's ears are burnt. Yes, Jordan, how you doing, mate? I'm just about to actually go in a minute. I'm sorry, mate. Yeah, I've got fishy plans. Yeah, spend as much time as possible that I can get my fat bum off to the local. Really, fish for carp and some perch. Apparently, it's £3 perch in the lake. So, yeah, I went up there Wednesday and I was trying to catch live baits for the perch, but I ended up catching nice sized roach. So, put a bit of a dampener on it. Really, to be fair. What about you? I saw you caught a really nice perch the other day, Joel. And I saw some nice photos that your missus took. That's a really decent perch. What did you have that on, by the way? Cheers, Steve. That's really appreciated, mate. No, he hasn't missed that, has he? With his 17% battery, he didn't miss me farting, nearly shitting myself. Shit in a bin bag. My PB is £1 5 ounce. I know it is. And funny you should say that. Yes, I get laughed at by my mates a lot. I don't talk about it on videos. Obviously, you've not seen it. But do you know that famous swivel bucket? That's my shit bucket. I don't literally shit in the bucket. I actually put bin liners in first. And if I need a poo when I go fishing, because I'm always worried, because I've got a dodgy tummy, when I go fishing, if I fish in fisheries where there's no places to go to the toilet, I get paranoid. So at least I know that I can go poo in my bucket and I've got bin liners and all that. You know, before getting this cozy or whatever it's called from Ridge Monkey, you know, you don't really need something like that. I need something that I can go poo in. I know it's just really, really bad that we're talking about this now. But yeah, I don't think I've been nowhere near £1 5 ounce. That is a big poo. Because there's no way I don't think I could do £1 5 ounce. I've got it in me, but to squeeze that out in one go, one sitting, my brother could. When he go logs, they go across the toilet. You have to flush it about 5 times to get it to break. You're on 16% now. I've got to run your battery up, mate. You better get a Chinese adapter in it to make it start running again. Oh, you had it on a Z. Do you know what? Before you told me that, Jordan, you said you had it on a Z man. I had that in my mind that you probably had caught it on a Z man. I don't know why. I was thinking, I bet he's had it on a Z man. So I know you've been using those. I don't know about these modern perch lures and that. Is that the one where it sort of sits up off the bottom? I don't know, like a Ned rig thing. I don't know what it's called. Cheb rig, Ned rig. I don't know. They're all. I don't understand all these. Jordan, you're gonna have to talk to me about all these modern perch lures, mate, because I don't know any of them. Yeah, you're right, Paul. Who's Paul? Blimey, there's all these people turning up all of a sudden. I was going a minute ago. Dominic, just shit in the lake, man. You spend a lot of time falling in them anyway. Yeah, I know. I must have. God knows how many times in the years I've been fishing, I fell in the lake. That's why I was so pissed off last year when I done that. I had that geezer who had a £20 next to me and I ended up falling in the lake. That was just a bad session, man. But no, there were some elements of it I enjoyed, but I'm always falling in the lake. Chris, see, we've corrupted him in just one live. He's talking about shit. I do normally. I'm probably worse than you, Chris. Speaking, I don't know if I'm worse than you, but I'm a bit not. You know, I say as it is when I'm outside of fishing and videos and stuff like that. I just don't do it around ladies if I can help it. Crystal Palace, mate. Crystal Palace? Who's Crystal Palace? All this chat about logging. I'm glad there's no ladies watching now. They do flow. It's not far off the tee. Okay. Yeah, Jordan, I probably will at some point, mate. Because I'm looking to get some of these new type perch lures. Because everyone seems to be catching on all these type of crayfish type lures that sit up off the bottom and they've got like hinged. Do you know? I just know about a lead head with like a normal jig. What are they called? The round ball heads with the hook you put into soft plastics. I know about the basic ones of those, and I used them for years and caught loads on them. But all these new type perch rigs, I know sod all about. Screaming Dalton, see if you can fit a perch bobber up your pooper, Baz. It'll be fun. Yeah, for you to watch, not for me to fill it. Sod that. I don't know, why do you think my arse is? Scarce Angler. Where are we, Scarce Angler? Right, I'm off for a shit in a shower. Speak soon. Thanks for stopping by, George. Top man, mate. All the best, and yeah, I'll hit you up on Facebook at some point. We'll have a little chat, mate. But it's good to see you, matey. I hope your back's okay, by the way. John Collins, broke him in gently. Delks. Don, Perch Burgers. Oh, right, Paul, you're from Crystal Palace. I think I remember now. Yeah, sorry, my bad. I think I remember you saying, yeah. Crystal Palace. You're not far up the road from me then. Just up the road from me. I used to work, talking about Chris earlier on, he used to fish Crystal Palace. Was it Crystal Palace Lakes in the 90s, 96? I used to work in the zoo there. Crystal Palace Zoo in 95, 96. I know, Dom. I know, mate. Only me, mate. Only me. Pedlo Lake. Pedo. It's not Pedo Lake. Pedlo. Those like swimming pool type lakes, are they? I don't know. I can't believe how quick this chat's changed. It's gone from normal fishing chat, me trying to be professional and normal, and then Chris comes on with some of the others, and it's just gone completely lads chat. It's gone completely nothing about fishing. What the hell? I was actually thinking, yeah, I'll do a nice little chat, 2 hours, normal fishing. I'll save it, stick it up on the channel. And what have I done? I've walked into this, and now I'm going to be fucking... I don't know. It is banter, mate. Definitely. It is banter. And that's what it's all about, mate. Especially when you're... Like I say, you hear some of me and my mates are on the bank. Everyone thinks Keith's a good little boy. You know Keith, who I fish with? Nah. Keith's corrupt, mate. I tell you think I'm corrupted? Nah, Keith's corrupted, mate. Don't worry about me. Chat amongst yourselves, lads. How many we got in the room? 16 people still in the room, blind me. Do you know what? I was actually... If I thought I'd have 10, I'd be happy. So I've actually... Tonight, I've been overwhelmed. I'm a bit emotional. Chris is a bad influence. Ha ha ha. Told you he was. Yeah, of course it is, Mike. Of course it is. Just not, we're just lads, you know what I mean? We're all around the same age group, give or take 20 years. I'm 40, but well, I'm 39, by the way. I did, man. I thought you said pedo lake. It's not a pedo lake. Everybody's off for a shit at the moment. Jordan's fucked off for a shit. I'm dying for a shit. Chrissy's battery's running out. I'm sure he's going to go for a shit. Dominic's been eating sausages. I'm sure he'll need one in a minute. Yeah, this is the first live I've done, Paul, to be honest, mate. I've done I've done a couple on Facebook, but I think on Facebook, I think the people on Facebook who follow me, a lot of them are family members and young people, so I've got to be careful on there. It's a bit different on YouTube, but on Facebook, like I say, I've got a lot of my family members and a lot of youngsters on my Facebook page, my fishing Facebook page. So I've got a bit, and a lot of female friends and stuff, so I've got to be really careful. I want to be careful on it. So I don't like being a bit too over laddish in front of the girls and in front of the kids and that. So like with the lads, when you're with the lads, like I say, all retired. I know, I keep saying it, pedo lake. You just shit your kecks. Are you going to weigh this one, Chris? See, my ones don't come out hard. Mine come out like a bad pebble dash on the side of a building. Like someone's badly pebble dashed the side of a building. It doesn't come out in a lump sum. It comes out like someone's been sick on a pavement. It doesn't come out like you guys do. You do the big curlers and shit like that, like my brother does. Like, you ever seen Jaws 2? When the shark bites the cable at the end? That's like my brother's. When mine comes out, it comes out like I say, man, like a splat. Yeah, what's all this spanner? I saw you talking about this on your live. What's all this spanner business? I'm going to need a spanner. What's all this spanner? Does this mean like just getting rid of people or something? Because I tell you what, I'll be honest with you. The last year or so, I have had a few trolls, sort of sprite up and stuff like that, and I don't really care anymore. Whereas before, I worried about it, but now I couldn't give a fucking shit, to be honest with you. You know, it's my, you know, I do what I do. I enjoy my channel. I enjoy watching other people's channel. I just don't understand. I can do constructive criticism, but when people just give you shit, pedo, pedo. Is in my accent. It's South London. Like a flock of starlings. Like a flock of starlings. Yeah, we're back in shit again, man. What? You get all your lobworms out your shitter? Is that a compost heap you're talking about? You talk about getting worms out of a compost heap. What are you going on about, Dom? Oh, Sean, okay. The moderator is a spanner to get rid of the trolls. Ah, right. Is that what it is? So, oh yeah, is that Mike the Pike he's a spanner and he takes people off the page? Oh, it's ban wankers. Can't I do that myself? I was prepared that if I do get a couple of fucking knobs, which I did, I had one stupid comment earlier, which I blocked a comment afterwards, but I didn't bother to get rid of them. Yeah, I think they just pissed off after after a couple of minutes anyway. That's why I did put a child block on here, because I just thought, oh, maybe you get a couple of children that are going to come in and act a goat, little 14-year-olds in their bedrooms with their mates fucking around, and then stumble across my channel or something. But I don't know. Like I say, it's the first time I've done this, so I don't know. Chris has done loads of lives. Dominic's done quite a few, so this is my first live. But like I say, I'm sure I'll figure it out as we go. Like I say, I do need a new camera, so I think the first things first, when I get paid, I'm going to get myself a new camera. I've got a list of shit to buy, and the camera's on it. So I will get a decent camera, but because I'm doing this on my phone, but I'm watching my computer, on the computer it looks shit. But I don't know how it's coming out, how it come out. And if it's okay, I'll continue to do it this way, but I will get a camera, definitely. Especially if I'm going to do them once a month. Unless I'm on the bank, obviously. I'm not taking my laptop with me. Did he, Dave? He timed you out. Are you quite ruthless then, Mike? Timing people out, mate? Or getting rid of them if they're a little bit harsh? Or just... out of bands. You're going in the sin bin for 2 minutes. What's this? Three people. Is that all you got left with? Is he that ruthless? Are you that ruthless, Mike? Is he still there? He seems to be like Reggie from Roland Rat. He just sort of pops up here and there, comes in, does a little bit, goes away, and then comes back. John, he's trying to corrupt me, mate. He thinks he's corrupt me. I'm trying to be prim and proper, but you're seeing the real Bazzer, unfortunately, or you're hearing the real Bazzer. Oh, here he comes, Reggie. How'd you do it? How'd you get rid of people anyway? I'm just checking now. Remove, report. Oh, I think I found it. So you got little buttons down the side. Go to channel, report, remove. Put user in timeout. Hide user on channel. Add. All right, I found it. So I'm going to be the spanner man as well as the host. Doing the dog's dinner. I'm here. Ban Mike for a laugh. No, I can't do that. Mike's been nice about my floats, so I feel a bit guilty if I did that. He was banned for his eyebrows. What the fuck? Oh, I'm doomed. I feel doomed at the moment. I feel like I'm a target. Do you know when you feel like you're being hunted? I think, yeah, I feel like one of those. And you got Chris Delkins stalking me. Slugbrow's tank. Oh man. Bing bong, bing bong. Mallet's mallet. I used to watch that. Right, lads, I'm gonna have to wrap up. What's the time? Bloody, I'm 20 minutes past what I was gonna say. I'm dying for a piss and all, and a squirt. I really need to go loo. Right, I'm gonna wrap it up now, lads. I'm gonna say night. Thanks for popping by, lads. Thanks, Dominic. I really do appreciate all the support. And like I say, my channel's not the best in the world. We all go out there and we all have a bit of a laugh. Nothing's perfect. I'm not the best fisherman in the world. I don't go as much as I'd like to. I'm just hoping my health gets better, will improve. Just waiting for this bloody operation. Once I've had this operation, mate, I'll be out there fishing a lot more. But I will try and get out. I will try and make some videos for you. And I'll certainly do more lives once a month and do some tackle making videos as well. But I really appreciate everybody stopping by and Yeah, I know it wasn't really fishy for the last hour or so. I'm sure next time we'll talk a bit more about fishing other than poos. Thanks, lads. Night DJ. Share that, Chris. Thanks for stopping by, mate. I really enjoyed your company, guys. And I'll speak to you all very, very, very soon. Good luck, Chris, by the way. I hope you get a cart, mate, and you don't get any brings. Thumbs down, you mong. Yeah, hit that thumbs up button for me. It really does help the channel, as you all know. Even if you thought it was shit, still hit that thumbs up. So it really does help. And like I say, have a nice evening. Have a good weekend if you're out fishing. And I will catch you really, really soon. That's it. Tight line and dead baits. And I'm out.